Live from Greenville, North Carolina, Campbell football hits the road to take on East Carolina. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. Alongside Lyndall Suggs, I'm Chris Haymeyer. Emma is here spotting in the booth, and we are high above. I mean, you are literally in one of the highest places in all of Greenville. It's a beautiful view. It's a beautiful tailgate scene. And what a way for Campbell to come into week 2 of this season. Welcome into the Bojangles, a countdown to kickoff. And Lyndall has set up here in the booth a way for you to get a look at us as well. Lyndall, explain all of the different places where you can hear and see us here today.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, you probably got a notification that says Campbell Football versus East Carolina Radio. That is exactly how you can view us live. There's a few people in here now. You can take a look at that, or you can go on Instagram. You can go live there as well, and then you can always go to the Varsity Network app, click on that button, the Go Camels app, and you will find yourself right where you need to be.
Well, we're excited about this one again as a Campbell, of course, in their 18th year as a reborn FCS program, just their 8th year of scholarship. And there is a lot of advantage of going scholarship into FCS, and one of the big reasons that Campbell did it were reasons like this. If you're a non-scholarship program, you can't play anybody in the FBS. If you are a scholarship program, boy, that opened up all of the great FBS programs here. Campbell has really done a number all around the state, and the places that they haven't been, they will visit those FBS programs in the next couple of years. In 2 years, they will be at Wake. In 3 years, they'll be at Duke. But the second year here at ECU and something just 90 miles away, these two teams, we hope it continues because it was a lot of fun back in 2022, and we know it's going to be fun here tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see the state coming together to kind of rally around the smaller schools. We're starting to see it a little bit more. For a while, North Carolina was kind of this silo of the bigger schools play the big schools, and if they wanted to bring someone in from the outside, they would wait and bring smaller schools from outside of the state. But it's good to see the state kind of rally around each other and give each other an opportunity. And, of course, with this rivalry in baseball, why not just spread the love at this point and bring us in for a nice little football game in Dowden Figley Stadium?
Hey, and Campbell, for the first half, for those that maybe don't remember, or if you forgot, or if you didn't know whatsoever, Campbell led 10-7 going into the second quarter against this ECU team some 3 years ago. Caleb Dowden started the scoring with a 31-yard field goal. ECU responded with a touchdown, and then Jalen Kelsey from Haj Malik Williams caught a pass down the sideline and turned the burners on, beat everybody else on the field for a 61-yard TD reception. Campbell had a 10-7 lead, would ride that lead into the second quarter. They would not score again, end up getting beat 49-10, but much like Campbell did in that game in 2022, you are 30-point underdogs, as Campbell is today. If you have any sort of chance whatsoever to pull off the upset, you need to start fast. You need to have a first-half lead, and that's what Campbell did last time.
Yeah, and what we didn't know at that time, Chris, that has become abundantly clear years later, is Haj Malik was ready to be a group of 5 quarterback after he ended up going to UNLV. And so now it's a completely different squad, a completely different coaching staff, a whole new philosophy. So the question is, how do you handle the pressure? I will take you back to this week just last year. High stakes in an environment where you were doubted heavily versus Western Carolina in a game that nobody expected you to win against another purple team in week 2. Can you try to rekindle some magic? Now, again, we know the stakes here. Let us state the obvious. You take these games so you can get a little bit of money in your coffers. That is no surprise to anybody. But when you play well against an ECU team, that excites your fan base, and you want that going into week 3 at home versus Furman.
Amen to that. And as we talk about the long-awaited home debut of the Campbell Fighting Camels in Braxton Harris's second year will take place a week from today, 3:30 p.m. Campbell takes on Furman. Tickets at gocamels.com. That will kick off 3 straight home games for Campbell. Season tickets, many plans, and single-game tickets all on sale as Campbell, again this year, kids 12 and under with a paid adult admission in, absolutely free. The Pepsi Tailgate Town begins its third year and will start at 12:30. Hey, whatever happens today, folks, win or lose for Campbell, but if Campbell does lose like the computers say that they should and the odd makers say they should, Campbell will at the very least be tied with ECU in the all-time series. Yes, they played 2 times here in the modern era, but remember, when these 2 teams and colleges were junior colleges, Campbell won 3 out of 4 games against ECU. That tells you a little bit of how far this little old teacher's college here in Greenville has come.
Well, that'll tell you something, and I guess we'll take the win or a tie or whatever you want to say. It's really good, and like I stated earlier, it is really good to see the communities come together. One thing about East Carolina and Campbell, other than baseball, we also share a fan base. You know, there are a lot of Campbell fans who also sport the purple and gold as well. And so for a hodgepodge of people who have went to Campbell, came to grad school at ECU, or in it reverse, this is a game where 2 alma maters kind of clash at one time.
Absolutely. There will be people on both sides of the scrimmage line, those in orange, those in purple, as both of these teams share former players and people that grew up around these parts as well. Of course, all you have to do is look just a little bit up the road in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. One of Campbell's stars, young stars, sophomore Randall King, was a Northern Nash wide receiver. He was a heck of a basketball player in high school as well. Dante Jones, a right tackle, he grew up about an hour and a half from here, went to Northside Jacksonville, and a couple of ECU transfers as Campbell in the transfer portal area has always had a couple of ECU guys. Cam Durant, he was a guy that probably would have played a lot for the purple and gold this year. Instead, Campbell is very happy that the Summerville, South Carolina native is the left guard for Campbell. And Logan Wright, a backup nose tackle, another ECU transfer, many more than that. But those are kind of the highlight guys that this game's going to mean a little bit more.
And one more thing for Randall King is King was recruited by ECU as a DB and his time coming out of high school. And so taking the wide receiver route, coming down to Campbell, you know, just an hour and a half kind of in between 2 schools. So really a chance to prove whether or not he made the right decision. And he will be a star and get the chance to prove that here tonight.
When we come back in the Bojangles countdown to kickoff, we will hear from Braxton Harris. We will tell you a little bit more about the 2025 version of the East Carolina Pirates and get you set all the way up to kickoff coming up in just a couple minutes after the top of the hour. With Lindell, I'm Chris. The Bojangles countdown to kickoff rolls on after this.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family-owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next move. Wilkinson Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
"84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Mangum Insurance Agency is your local, orange-owned, independent insurance agency. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, business, life, or health.
They do the insurance shopping for you through multiple companies to provide you with the best coverage to fit your budget. Mangum Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in Coates and Dunn. Give them a call today for a free consultation at 910-897-3318.
Welcome back to the Bojangles countdown to kickoff as we get set for kickoff. Campbell and East Carolina. Both of these teams 0-1, both with tough road tests to start the season as ECU was at NC State, the team that they ended up beating last year in the Go Bowling Military Bowl. 24-17 was the score. ECU came back in that game. They had a chance to score in the red zone late, failed on a 4th down conversion. It's an ECU team, but that boy has ridden a roller coaster. 3 bowls in the last 4 years, 8-5 last year, but that doesn't tell you the whole story. They were 3-4 last year and fired their longtime head coach, and then the interim coach, the offensive coordinator, Blake Harrell, was moved into the head coaching job. And, of course, that's just something to make sure everything is okay, and then they're going to fire the whole staff and hire somebody new, right? Well, not so fast for Blake Harrell. It was his 6th season with ECU. The interim coach went 5-1, impressed him so much that after the bowl win, they made him the head coach. It's a much different atmosphere here. Mike Houston, who was the former head coach here, he ran a very tight ship and wasn't the warmest person on the Pirate ship, so they threw him out, kept a lot of other guys, and they are wanting to have a pretty big year here. As this is a ECU team that has met a little bit of a dip overall. They haven't finished above 3rd place in their 12 years in the very tough American Conference. They also used to beat the big guys pretty often, the P5s and now the P4s. But when they beat NC State in the bowl game last year, that was the first P4 win that they had since UNC back in 18. Still a lot of pride here, however. Of course, this is a ECU campus, really the flagship campus for this side of 95 all the way to the coast, and a 50,000-seat stadium that won't be all the way filled up today. But they love their Pirates here. They love their new head coach, Blake Harrell, and they're expecting some big things.
You and I just so happen to know a very in touch and in tune former East Carolina Pirate. And when I asked him about his new head coach, he said one of the things that he was excited about is that the culture that he could bring in, the difference that he could make here as the head coach. Very impressed, of course, with that 5-1 record at the end of the season. So, as you know, getting the right coach in is the right thing, and having the right guy in shifts the atmosphere. So it'll be interesting to see now in person what this Pirate team looks like under their brand-new head coach.
Yeah, the Pirates will be looking to make a point here to Campbell here at home. They didn't really have much of a running game last week, as 30 rushes, 30 yards on 29 attempts. Caton Hauser is a Manning Award preseason poll getter, as he had career highs last week in completion yards. He completed passes to 10 receivers. He was 30 of 44 through the air, 366 yards, a 6'3", 225-pound senior out of Anaheim, California. That is a Michigan State transfer, so they are expecting big things from him. They think he's the quarterback that could take them to the next level.
I mean, 366 yards in game number 1. If that sets a precedent for what we're able to see here today, this passing offense for ECU is just prolific. There's really no other way to put it. And right now, Campbell has to do really well. They are ranked number 9 in the country, ECU's coming into this week in the passing offense. So it'll be interesting to see what Campbell is able to do defensively to at least cause some shock, see if they can knock some passes down and put them under pressure behind center.
Campbell coming off a 31-20 loss at top 10, now 8th ranked in the nation, Rhode Island. Look, this was a Campbell team that led from the end of the first, into the third quarter. They held Rhode Island to only 109 yards rushing, as we laid out. ECU is going to want to make a point on the ground. Campbell did very well with their ground defense last week. We'll see when those two things collide. And as we talked about, nearby Rocky Mount product are Randall King, Campbell sophomore, and Duke transfer Spencer Jones combined for 9 catches. We talked to Campbell head coach Braxton Harris and the Fighting Camel Club, the FCC Coaches Corner, about this ECU game and what he liked from his team from last week.
I think they're really athletic. Probably more than most athletic teams we place. That offensively, they're going to throw the football down the field. I think they want to be able to score points, and be able to get points on the board for us, for them in that spot. And then I think defensively, they're pretty aggressive in the secondary, and that's why I'm pretty athletic in that spot.
How do you approach a game like this from your all standpoint with everything you have coming up?
Yeah, it really aligns really well after the Rhode Island game for us, because when you look at that game, it came down to little bitty things that good teams took advantage of. When we made mistakes, the good teams take advantage. They exploited those weaknesses. Well, everybody knows going to play at ECU that if you make a mistake, if you don't do something right, your weakness is going to get exploited. And so it's been really good for us this week as far as just getting back to make sure focus on what we're doing, make sure focus on our technique. And you don't have to convince them that it's a good form. When you play DCU, you don't have to convince them. You better be in the right spot to be successful. That's an easy sell to our kids because they can watch the film too. So at the end of the day, we want to go compete, and it's about us and it's about our process and getting better. And that's exactly how we'll go play footballs.
What was the things you were most positive about your team when you looked at over last Saturday?
Defensively, I thought we stopped the run really well. I thought we limited, their quarterback. He was a scrambler the year before. He had 2 explosive runs that really hurt us. I thought we did a good job of kind of containing him in the pocket, and I thought he threw the ball really well. But you talk about they had 109 yards rushing. That's tough to do to a good Rhode Island team right there that brings 4 or 5 starters back, transfers from Temple FBS schools at running back, and so to be able to do that was really good. I thought we had some negative plays on defense where we knocked them back and played on the other side of the line of scrimmage. If you remember last year, we didn't get much of that. We didn't get many people on the other side of the line of scrimmage. I thought we did a good job in that aspect of it. And then offensively, and obviously we scored points off turnovers. That was something that kind of eluded us some last year in those spots. We just got to score touchdowns off those turnovers in that. And then we got to create more explosive plays. We think we've got some guys that are explosive on offense, and we got to get them to be explosive, give them opportunities to be explosive. Now, I thought Rhode Island did everything they could to take Mike Chandler out of the game. And so one of the things for us we learned is kind of the Mike Chandler effect of not just having him in there when we're getting the ball, just his influence over the game, how we can exploit it and be able to do some other things. And so, I thought they did a really good job. I thought they gave us a really good blueprint of how teams could play Mike. And I'm excited for our answers to that this week. I thought special teams, we did a really good job, last week at that spot. That was really big to see some plays being made out of that. I thought our kickers kicked well. Their punters punted well. I thought Riley did a great job. I mean, anytime you only have to defend 1 kickoff, return out of 5, that's a big target. And so that's the exciting thing about it. Yeah. So I thought they did a good job. I thought our coaches did a good job having them prepared. I thought there was organization. I didn't think we had some stuff that sometimes enables ones you have.
That was head coach Braxton Harris. Kickoff from Dowdy Ficklin Campbell at ECU. Coming up after the break, that's Spin the Bojangles Countdown to Kickoff. Kickoff coming up next from Greenville.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
This place is not full, but it is loud as Campbell takes on ECU for the second time in 4 seasons. ECU won the toss, and they have elected to receive. We are on the ECU sidelines, away on top of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. Campbell is in the white helmets, white tops, black pants. ECU with the white helmets, purple tops. and white pants. Riley Sullivan will kick off. 92 degrees at kickoff. It is hot on this natural grass surface that looks beautiful. It looks as good as turf. He ended up sitting it out of the end of the end zone. So from the 25 is where ECU will have things to start off.
Yeah, Campbell's defense is going to get the test first. ECU won the toss and elected to receive. And so because they receive, Campbell's defense has to go out there. Now the question is, what can they do against the arm of Huser?
Caton Hauser comes up as he's coming off a career day against NC State. From the 25, far hash going left to right, shifting the formations. Two tight ends split out, running back in the backfield. They will hand off to the running back, and it is 6 hard yards straight up the middle to Parker Jenkins. Jenkins didn't look very comfortable in his first game as a Pirate. He's a transfer from Houston. 3 of these Pirate running backs on the Doak Walker preseason award list. That is unheard of, not in this transfer era. 2nd and 4, play action, throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. As a great defense put on the far sideline, that is Donovan Fillard. He was right there going step by step to the ECU receiver. And so Campbell will set up an early 3rd down for the Pirates. Pirates facing 3rd and a long 4 from their own 31-yard line. What a statement it would be if Campbell can make it here. Hauser back to throw, throws complete to the first down, sticks. Anthony Smith makes the catch, pulls forward for 2 more yards. It's a gain of 7 and a first down for the Pirates out to their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, you can tell Campbell is ready for the pass. That first little run caught him off guard. ECU trying to establish the run so they can make those throws across the middle like they want, but empty backfield here.
Pirates moving at a quick tempo. Campbell already making substitutions on the defensive line. Thrown out to the Parker Jenkins, the running back on the screen. He has the ball, goes out on the right side, and he ends up getting tripped up just shy of the 45-yard line. Kalen Villanueva, the UConn transfer that began his collegiate career at Illinois, makes the stop. 2nd down and 4 for the Pirates at their own 44. Play action. Hauser looking deep, throwing a high arcing pass to the far sideline, and it's caught at the 32 of Campbell. Yannick Smith, the sophomore out of Summerville, South Carolina, makes his 6th catch of the season.
Yeah, the defender for Campbell, that cornerback right on the end, Brandon Guzman, just got beat going towards that outside corner on the post route.
1st and 10 from the 31 of Campbell. Handoff again goes to Jenkins. He shimmies and shakes, follows the left side of the line for a gain of 4. Knocking on the door of the Campbell red zone. ECU looking impressive in their first drive. 2nd and 6 from the far hash going left to right. Shadows behind him as the sun sets behind the quarterback. High snap. Hauser brings it down, throws out to the far sideline. Smith makes the catch, has the first down. Now inside the Campbell red zone, inside the 20 to the 18.
Campbell trying to keep everything in front of them defensively. That's what it seems to be the nature of. But ECU executing wisely the check down.
Yeah, Rhode Island did not move at a rapid pace by any means, and they are certainly running their offense quickly. A quick pause, 1st and 10 from inside the 20. Another high snap, but Hauser takes it up and throws out of the backfield. It's Riles, the tight end, into the end zone for the touchdown. Riles, the tight end, 6'3", junior out of Jacksonville, Florida, makes the catch and punches it in from 18. And just like that, ECU, with 2 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock, the exclamation point on an 8-play, 75-yard drive.
Yeah, what ECU did well there on that last play was execute the screen and roll, right? So you got a man running a go route and then a post route going off to the left side of the field. Knowing where he wanted to go with the ball, Campbell coming in with the blitz, used the go route to hide and start the block on the post, and that was right in for a touchdown. Great play execution for the Pirates.
Nick Mazzi with the extra point. It is up, it is through. 12:32 to go here in quarter number 1. Campbell will get the ball on offense for the first time when we come back. 12:32 to go in this first quarter. Pirates 7, Campbell coming up.
This is Braxton Harris, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready for game day? Well, get your game face on because Campbell's 2025 football season is here. We're bringing the energy, the grit, and the passion, and we want you to be right there with us. But hey, game day is just the beginning. You want to make a real impact? Then it's time to step up and join the Fighting Camel Club. Being a part of the Fighting Camel Club means you become the team behind the team, fueling scholarships, training, and academic success for not just our football athletes, but all 21 of our sports. When you join, you're not just a fan, you're a game changer. So what do you say, Camel Nation? Let's make a difference together. Join the Fighting Camel Club today and help us build champions on the field, in the classroom, and beyond.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger for you and add a McChicken for $1. Because being able to take your little brother out is a big deal. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
An impressive opening drive for ECU. 8 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. 18-yard touchdown pass to the tight end, Riles from Hauser. Hauser on that drive, 5 of 6 through the air, 66 yards and a TD. A couple of rushes for 9 yards. And, boy, that tempo, impressive, Lindell, from the Pirates.
Yeah, I think what really caught Campbell off guard was how fast ECU is moving. Like you said, in the last game versus Rhode Island, or the first game of the season, Rhode Island more methodical pace, pound the ball down your throat kind of move, slow, long developing plays, where ECU wants to execute the check down. If you're familiar with college football, kind of think Oregon's offense, right? Want to move down the check, read your progressions, go through and kind of use what the play is for. In fact, Hauser kind of reminds me the way that he's throwing the ball of a Dylan Gabriel, executing the check down and using his reads to his advantage.
So ECU to kick off for the Pirates, and for the Pirates to kick off, Everett Scott. Scott will kick off going left to right. The sun, if you're familiar with this stadium, sets in the eyes of the Camels right now at this time of year, at this time of day. Randall King, who grew up not too far from here, was recruited by ECU, nearly came here, is one of the deep men for Campbell, but that ball is going to be picked up and taken up on the far sideline by Barry Tate. Tate, who had a big role in the receiving game last week, he's able to get it up to the 23-yard line. And here comes Campbell, as Campbell parading behind their new starting quarterback for this year, the transfer from McNeese out of Norman, Oklahoma, Camden six-killer. Sonny six-killer, you may remember from those that go back. The starting quarterback for Washington back some nearly 50 years ago. It's his great uncle living on that quarterback tradition. He has Lawrence in the backfield, puts Mike Chandler the second in motion, and they'll throw to Chandler out of the backfield, catches at the 20. A swift tackle happens quickly as Jonathan Jean, the nickel back, comes up and brings him down after a gain of just 1. It's that speed, it's that depth at the FBS level, and Campbell is seeing all of it right now. 2nd and 9 for the Camels from the 24.
Yeah, Campbell has to figure out a way to execute positive yardage here. I know that was a struggle early versus Rhode Island, but they've got a real test here versus ECU.
R.J. Hart is out on the left side of the formation. They will throw the opposite side. There it is. Spencer Jones, the Duke transfer, makes the catch on the far sideline. He'll get right to the stick. It's a gain of 9 and a first down. He has been so impressive. 6'4", 210. That's his 5th catch of the season.
And that's the first Citizens first down, in fact. And I love the play design by Matt Kubik, right? To draw the motion to the left side to kind of distract you. There's the out route. And receiving-wise, Jones just in the right place at the right spot. Now Six Killer looks a lot more comfortable than last week.
Six Killer facing a 1st and 10 from his own 34. Far hash going right to left. Looks at Chandler out of the backfield. Throws over the middle. Spencer can't bring it down. Dangerously tipped up, but it'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Campbell as we take a breath. ECU scoring on their first drive of the game. Lead 7-0.
What looks a little different about this Campbell offense in the past, the misses have just been complete misses. Six Killer is throwing it close. It's on target. We saw this yesterday. Just got to get a little bit more into the chest of the receiver. This time, just in and out the hands and popped up dangerously.
Six Killer, 17 of 33 last week, 144 yards, 1 TD, no interception. On 2nd down, takes the snap, hands off, nothing doing. Lawrence right side. In fact, he loses a couple. He'll be hit and dropped back to the 30. Campbell facing a 3rd and long, a 3rd and about 13. Ryan Roseborough from right here in Greenville, North Carolina, went away, came back. The Towson transfer. Towson out of the CAA, of course, Campbell's last opponent of the year. He's back in Greenville and has set up a 3rd and long for the Camels on their first drive. Campbell's 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. In the slot is Randall King. With R.J. Hart, the Stony Brook transfer, on the numbers far side. Crowd making some noise on 3rd down. Six Killer takes a snap, throws over the middle, complete to Barry Tate. He's short of the first down, gets to the 35. It'll be 4th and 9. Campbell will have to punt it away for the first time today.
Yeah, Campbell facing, if you play college football 26, stadium pulse. The crowd raises up, and although it's not a capacity crowd here tonight, they are loud enough to make an impact on that 3rd down. And the play design, Six Killer just dumping it off. It just gets across the line of scrimmage to get some positive yardage, but doesn't do what they really want it to do.
Aiden Bondi to punt. He's back at his own 20. The snap is good. The punt is high. Hangs up in the air. Kyler Pearson makes a fair catch for the Pirates inside the 30. Campbell's special team was special. You heard Braxton Harris talk about it in the pregame show. We'll take a break. Campbell gives it back to the Pirates. Pirates up 7-0. 9:42 to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Campbell Football.
Hey, I'm Bennett Johnson for the Heister Automotive Group. We're proud to be here with Coach Braxton Harris. I'm a 2017 Campbell graduate, so I know what Campbell means to this community. He's here to tell us more.
Thanks, Bennett. At Campbell, we believe in coaching our student athletes to be successful on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. And that takes commitment. And that's exactly what we've had from Heister Automotive Group for the past 10 years. Their belief and commitment to being able to help our student athletes be the best that they can. Get off your keister and get to Heister.
Hi Campbell fans, I'm Christy Yarbrough with RE/MAX United. Thinking about buying or selling or know someone who is? Let me help you make the right moves. It's important to work with the right agent with local knowledge and cutting edge experience. I can help ease the pains of the buying or selling process by guiding you through the steps. Whether it's connecting you with the right lender, home inspector, handyman for those undone projects, staging and prepping your home for sale, or helping you find the ideal home that fits your family's needs. Visit my website for more information at christy.remaxagent.com. Go Camels!
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack Wrap is back.
Campbell trails 7-0, 9:42 to go in the first quarter. Campbell returns home finally. 3 straight home games. Get your rest. It starts a week from today, 3:30. Campbell will take on Furman. Furman was the number 2 team in all of FCS 2 years ago. Came back to earth a little bit last year, but it is going to be quite a non-conference matchup against one of the SoCon's best. Tickets at GoCamels.com. With Emma Lindell, I'm Chris. Thank you for checking us out tonight. We also have a live webcam in the booth for our YouTube channel and also on Instagram as well. So Campbell trying to find out an ingredient. How do they adjust to this Pirate tempo team that took that first drive of the game and took it right in for a touchdown? We shall see. 1st and 10, ball at the 27-yard line of the Pirates. Hauser takes the snap. Handoff, straight up in the middle, a shimmy and a shake and a great play made. JoJo Pace, one of the leading tacklers for Campbell last week, come up, smothered London Montgomery and brought him down after a gain of 3 on a generous spot. It is 2nd and 7 from the 30. From the near hash, going left to right. Hauser hands it off again, straight up the middle. That is Marlon Gunn Jr., Gunn has taken the last 2 snaps, but Campbell was there to make it a short gain of 2, and so now 3rd and 4. So ECU doing a little bit of everything, mainly through the air the last time up, and now trying to establish the ground attack. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Gunn's in the backfield. It is 3rd and 4 now, as they adjust the spot from back at the 33-yard line from between the hash marks. ECU on that first drive of the game, 1 for 1, and the only 3rd down they face. Here the second of the game, a quick throw, and it's complete for a first down at the 40-yard line. Yannick Smith makes the catch. Campbell's CAA preseason all honorable mention, Brandon Guzman, was right there with him, but couldn't stop. And before they can even announce that the first down was made, a snap is made, a handoff is made, and Gunn rumbles to the 45-yard line. The pace is something else. 2nd and 5. The lineman will get right back to the near hash, take the snap, play action, looking back to throw, throwing, far sideline, just out of the reach of the dive of Yannick Smith. Guzman was again right with Smith and able to force the incompletion. We can take a breath now on 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me 2 years ago of Campbell's offensive philosophy, the camel loop, and how fast it moves, just trying to catch the defenders off guard. It is not sustainable, I don't believe, throughout an entire game, but they're really catching this Campbell defense winded.
It's 3rd and 5 from the 45. Back to throw. Hauser flushed out of the pocket, scrambles, stumbles, close to the first down. It'll depend on the spot. And they say he got it right at the 50-yard line stripes. He dives forward. Villanueva was there. Former ECU Pirate Logan Wright was there. They were able to cut him down, but not until he got those 5 yards and by the nose of the football has a first down. They won't measure because it's an ECU home game, so 1st and 10 from right between the hash marks on that Pirate logo. Quick throw, Hauser. Out to the far sideline to Anthony Smith. Smith has it, angles to the far sideline, gets pushed out of bounds after a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 at the 42 of Campbell. Here come the Pirates up 7-0, 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Very, very interesting to see how this game is starting to shape up now. Campbell is showing some bright spots, Chris, I believe. They're stopping the chunk yardage. They're playing well where you would expect them to kind of be flushed out of the pocket or not moved well. I mean, the first penalty that we've seen so far, Campbell showing some differences that have been made this week in the meeting room.
A flag came down late, and by the looks of the flag, it was a illegal use of the hand, so a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down. So that will move the chains now 1st and 10. The ball is inside the 30 of Campbell. Hauser takes a snap and throws to the far sideline. It is caught, making a man miss is Spalding. He gets tripped up, and inside the 5, JoJo Pace saves a touchdown, but not until it's a 25-yard reception, and here's the Pirates already lined up 1st and goal from the 4. On the near hash, the quick throw goes out. Spalding makes the catch. Flag comes out, dives for the pylon, comes up short, but a flag in the area of holding for the offense. that could help.
That one came out immediately. ECU kind of doing what Campbell wants to do, execute the bubble screen, right? Get into space and allow the receivers to do some work quickly. Call those that short play yardage. The yards after the catch is what they're depending on. And so ECU taking advantage of that, especially with the momentous or fast pace that's happening.
So no foul on the play. They will pick up the flag and respot the ball. It is at the 1. So 2nd and goal from the 1 as Campbell will try to keep the Purple Pirates out of the end zone. 10th play of the drive coming up. Campbell has forced a couple of third downs on this drive, but the Pirates 3 for 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. Handoff, right side, Campbell penetration, but rolling over the pile, and a touchdown. Boy, Campbell met Parker London Montgomery behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, we're going to drop him for a loss, and in a mass of humanity there, Lindell, Montgomery stayed upright, kind of rolled on top of the pile and reached the ball for a touchdown, and the Pirates are up 13-0. That was an odd play, officially a 1-yard touchdown run. London Montgomery, with some help rolling over the big bodies in front of him, gets in.
Yeah, if you want to point out one weakness in this Campbell team defensively right now, it's finishing on the tackle. The initial contact is made, but driving a guy all the way to the ground has seemed to be the struggle defensively in certain spots for Campbell. But ECU, again, we're talking FBS versus FCS, and the talent is there for the follow-through, and these ECU Pirates also want to win this week.
Andrew Conrad comes in for the kick, the former walk-on out of Kernersville, North Carolina. East Forsyth product, makes the kick, punches through. ECU 2 for 2 so far on their offensive drives. They lead the Camels 14-0 with 6:21 to go in this opening quarter. We'll be back to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium in Greenville, North Carolina after this.
Mangum Insurance Agency is your local Orange-owned independent insurance agency. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, business, life, or health. They do the insurance shopping for you through multiple companies to provide you with the best coverage to fit your budget. Mangum Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in Coates and Dunn. Give them a call today for a free consultation at 910-897-3318.
It's bow time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixings to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
You love cheering on your fighting Camels? Imagine living just a few miles from Campbell University. I'm Maddie Dean with Mattamy Homes, proud sponsor of your fighting Camels. Mattamy offers several communities in Harnett County that could be the ideal place for your dream home. Explore our single family and townhomes featuring 2 to 5 bedrooms, up to 3.5 bathrooms, plus 3-car garage options, all created with your comfort in mind. Visit us today and see why a Mattamy home is the perfect place to call home.
We invite you to join the rebooted Fighting Camel Club. Donations to the FCC help fund life-changing scholarships for our student athletes. Membership gives you early access to tickets, exclusive merchandise, and access to some pretty cool areas at both Barker Lane Stadium. And coming up, wait to see what we have in store for you at Gore Arena on this basketball season. Head to GoCamels.com and hit the Fighting Camel Club button at the top of the page. ECU leads 14-0, 6:21 to go in this first quarter. It's tough when you're battling an FBS team, and this is a late arriving crowd, so it is getting louder in here as they're coming in from the parking lots. But Campbell's got to figure out a way on defense to slow down that tempo somehow. Easier said than done, obviously.
Yeah, well, offensively, they've got to help them because Campbell going a 3-and-out or only getting 1 first down is not really going to help the defense, who is probably winded after 2 very, very fast drives. So They got to help their brothers out by sustaining something, taking their time here offensively to try to at least chew some clock in the first quarter and get some points by hook or by crook. You need a score on this drive just for your own sanity and really to give your brothers on defense some time to rest.
Everett Scott to do the kicking off. Tate and Randall King are back deep. That ball is high, end over end. Tate's going to step into it at the 5, far sideline 10. And are they going to say he called for a fair catch, or he had a body part in the end zone for the fair catch? That will be the call, even though he ran it out. So Campbell will get the ball.
There was a signal by number 0 of the receiving team. The ball is going to be placed where the kick was possessed. First down, Campbell.
Yep. So that was a tough play there. Randall King, who was not in the area, they are saying he signaled for a fair catch. Barry Tate was the one that caught it, and so Campbell will have the ball back at the 3-yard line. That's a tough one to swallow. As again, life on the road, never easy. So Campbell backed up against the shadow of their own goal lines with the shadows coming in underneath them. Six-Keller in the shotgun is 2 yards deep in the end zone. 1st and 10, takes the snap, hands off. Lawrence pinballs around a couple of Pirates and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd and 10 from the Campbell 3.
Yeah, Braxton Harris obviously and understandably livid on the sideline, saying nobody called a fair catch.
Yep.
It's the wrong guy. He did not even catch the ball. And so Campbell now has to watch the blitz from ECU, right? They know they have a chance at 2 points here if they can just put enough pressure and force a tackle in the end zone.
2 receivers right, 1 left. A quick out goes over the head of Randall King. And Campbell facing a 3rd and 10. That was Rashid Reason who was on the coverage on the far side. A lot of things to be careful with here. Campbell doesn't have a lot of time. That's when you've seen the quick couple of outs. But Campbell is looking at punting from the back of their end zone, not in their usual formation as far as depth goes. So Campbell needing desperately to get something. A first down obviously would be great, but they just need a little bit of room here. 1 receiver right, 2 left. Taking the snap. Six-Keller back to throw, throws over the middle. It is caught by Randall King at the 5, at the 10. Far sideline 20, pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. There's some room, and there's the big offensive play from the Eastern North Carolina native.
I was asked on a podcast this week for ECU who would be the guy that we would notice as ECU fans that really is the guy at Campbell. I said, let Randall King catch it in space and get some room in front of him. He would be the guy, and that play exemplifies that right there.
25-yard gain. Campbell 1st and 10 from the 28. Randall King is lined up on the short side numbers in front of his sideline. 2 receivers left. It's Tate and Spencer Jones. Lawrence remains the back. Six-Keller takes a snap, fakes a handoff, throws over the middle to the tight end, complete. Trevor Wilson holds on, is near a first down. He was body slammed by Jamarlee Riddle, but was able to hold on. What a catch by Wilson over the middle.
And, Chris, what I've liked offensively is that the mistakes is not the disruption caused by ECU. The plays are there. The offense just has to execute.
They'll give him a first down on forward progress. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, throws out of the backfield. It's Tate, makes the catch, but he is quickly smothered, ends up losing a couple of yards. Kevon Merrill,
Campbell,
Georgia native, makes the stop.
Yeah, Campbell has to be careful offensively about these plays that develop and the check down behind the line of scrimmage, right? ECU is doing a great job of getting back to the line of scrimmage and not letting anything out of the backfield. If I was Matt Kubik at this point, I would try to see if we can get anything in front of this offense. Everything post route or corner route seems to be working right now.
Campbell trails 14-0. 4 minutes to go in the first. Campbell with their best drive of the game. Throws to Mike Chandler out of the backfield. Makes the catch. Makes a man miss. Runs wide and outruns the ECU secondary for a good gain. So Campbell got a couple of those yards back and then some. It'll be a gain of about 9. And now that sets up a very manageable 3rd and 3 from the Campbell 45.
Yeah, Mike Chandler again uses that speed on the outside. That's why he's in there for Campbell to provide not only a throwing threat, but the speed threat as well.
Chandler is in the backfield to the left of Six Killer. J.J. Cowan, the Triton High School product, is to the right. Now Chandler goes to the slot. 4 receivers on third down. They'll throw to J.J. out of the backfield. He runs over a man, spins away, dives to the far sideline, and has the first down. What a play by J.J.
And again, Matt Kubik now getting into that offense. This offense is finding a rhythm, Chris. We saw it versus Rhode Island. It took them a little while to try to find some offensive momentum. It took some special teams play to help them out to get the offense jump started. But right now, this offense looks a little bit more comfortable. They're providing some more effort and edge, and you can see them starting to gain some confidence versus this ECU defense.
1st and 10 from the Campbell 48. Far hash going right to left. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Handoff, J.J. Cowan straight up the middle. Boy, a big hole, and it is plugged quickly, but not until Campbell gets into ECU territory to the 48. So a gain of 4 on first down, second and a manageable 6 for Campbell.
And now the offense, the passing has allowed the run game to open up a little bit. You see defensively, everyone expecting the pass to come through, but now the run shoots up the middle, allows J.J. Cowan to get second and manageable here for this Campbell offense.
And as you talked about, most importantly, Campbell is giving their defense a blow. 14-0, ECU leads, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. But Campbell on the move. 2nd and 6. Quick throw to the outside. Chandler, he angles to the far sideline. He's got a first down. Mike Chandler II has a first down. He's been very effective out of the backfield catching the ball.
And again, like Coach mentioned in the pregame, he draws the defense's attention because everyone knows he's listed on the depth chart as a quarterback. So you never know, right? Everyone's waiting for the flea flicker or the backwards pass and the pass forward, right? Campbell using his speed to their advantage and really, really executing offensively.
This is the 10th play of this drive. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Six Killer takes a snap, hands off to J.J. Cowan, makes a man miss, now runs full steam up to the 40, moves the pile all the way to the 38-yard line. Another tough run by J.J. He was hampered by a knee sprain. He didn't look 100% last week. He looks 100% now.
And Chris, let's give some real love to the big fellas up front, right? This offensive line is protecting right now. ECU is sending pressure, but the offensive line is standing steady right now. The big guys holding.
2nd and 7 from right between the hash marks. Ball at the 38 of ECU. Campbell trying to get on the board. Chandler lining up in the pistol to take his first direct snap of the game. Takes the snap, turns right. A lot of room. He'll throw it, and it's incomplete, looking for Randall King at the 25-yard line.
Again, Campbell trying to get creative now. The direct snap to Chandler to throw some off. It kind of makes the defense wait just a little bit, kind of makes the defense pause and hesitate. What I love about what Campbell is doing is opening up the playbook just a little bit now that they have settled down. Remember, this drive started on the 3-yard line.
3rd and 7, now from the 38-yard line. Campbell has had it for nearly 6 minutes of game time. This could be the final play of the first quarter. 36 seconds to go in the quarter. Six Killer takes the snap on 3rd down. It's a quarterback draw, has room, dives forward. It'll depend on the spot. Right now it looks like he's about a half-yard shy. Six Killer's helmet comes off.
Offensive player helmet off.
So Campbell's quarterback, his helmet comes off, and you know what? If they were going to go for it on 4th down and half a yard, they probably would have had Chandler take the snap anyway. So here comes Mike Chandler on a huge 4th down. Under 20 seconds to go in the half, but the play clock is at 15, so they are going to have to snap it here. Or actually, it is very close. Campbell will see what they do here. Play clock at 4.
Timeout, Campbell. They're first. 30 seconds.
And Campbell took a timeout. It was awfully close, the game clock and the play clock. And I think when you looked at it, you thought they were a little bit even. But as it ticked down, it looked like Campbell would have maybe got a delay of game call with 1 second left to go in the quarter. So Campbell calls the timeout. And with 2 seconds to go in the first quarter, Campbell's going to talk about this and see if they can pick up a 4th and about a half yard from the ECU 32-yard line. Obviously, a huge play here early. We talked about if Campbell's going to stick with them, they'll have to start fast. They did not start fast on offense, but a first down here would be huge going into the second quarter. With the timeout, Six Killer is able to come back in the game. Now he comes under center. The sneak is called. He'll bounce outside of the pile, dive forward, and have the first down. Six Killer went straight up the middle.
This is the end of the first quarter.
Met resistance, but spun off and dove forward to where they have spotted the ball for a first down. That'll bring us to quarter number 2. Campbell on the move, a 13-play, 65-yard drive, still alive. ECU 14, Campbell nothing. Back with quarter number 2 after this.
It's bow time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Hey Camel fans, this is Braxton Harris, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready for game day? Well, get your game face on because Campbell's 2025 football season is here. We're bringing the energy, the grit, and the passion, and we want you to be right there with us. But hey, game day is just the beginning. You want to make a real impact? Then it's time to step up and join the Fighting Camel Club. Being a part of the Fighting Camel Club means you become the team behind the team, fueling scholarships, training, and academic success for not just our football athletes, but all 21 of our sports. When you join, you're not just a fan, you're a game changer. So what do you say, Camel Nation? Let's make a difference together. Join the Fighting Camel Club today and help us build champions on the field, in the classroom, and beyond.
Discover our backyard here in Harnett County, where each visit invites you to author your own adventure. Whether you're seeking thrilling river or park excursions, exploring those quaint downtown main streets, or immersing yourself in our rich history and culture, Harnett County offers endless possibilities. Come write your story in the home of the Fighting Camels, where outdoor adventures meet small-town charm. Start planning your Harnett County getaway today at visitharnett.com.
Hi Campbell fans, I'm Christy Yarbrough with RE/MAX United. Thinking about buying or selling or know someone who is? Let me help you make the right moves. It's important to work with the right agent with local knowledge and cutting-edge experience. I can help ease the pains of the buying or selling process by guiding you through the steps. Whether it's connecting you with the right lender, home inspector, handyman for those undone projects, staging and prepping your home for sale, or helping you find the ideal home that fits your family's needs. Visit my website for more information at christy.remaxagent.com. Go Camels!
The second quarter begins here. ECU 14, Campbell nothing so far, but a very promising drive right now for the Fighting Camels, trying to push the pace and see if they can punch one in the end zone, but definitely try to get one on the board here, Chris.
Look, regardless of what happens on this drive, on the rest of the game, Campbell showed you something. They got hit in the mouth a lot against a fast-moving offense that had them up against the ropes. They started on their own 3. We're facing a third down from their own 3. They've turned that into a 13-play, 66-yard drive that is still going after the 4th down conversion. They picked up 2 third down and 1 4th down conversion.
Campbell now going from left to right. On the 31, far side hash. Chandler in the slot on the left side in a tight formation. 2 receivers right. Tight end attached to the line. Chandler in motion, now in the backfield, directly behind Six Killer. Here's the snap. Takes the in around reverse. Off the block he goes. Six Killer to the right side. Tipped up and through the hands of the defender. Almost brought down by London Montgomery. And Dinka Samuel Dinka, the linebacker, had it in his hands but couldn't corral it in.
There was some miscommunication there. Six Killer turned to what we thought was going to be a handoff to Chandler, but Chandler picked up a blitz from the secondary. It was a heck of a collision, but he saved a big hit and a sack getting put on his quarterback.
2nd and 10 from the same spot. Receiver moving out right, Six Killer back. Pressure coming, dumps it off quickly. Caught in the middle, now working right. Drifting up and caught down the near sideline. And there is a flag. Freddie Peeling trying to appeal to the lead referee. Didn't see the flag behind him, and I wonder if this is what he was talking about early.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 5. Half a distance to the goal, automatic first down.
And that's what he was looking for, appealing to the official, and he gets exactly what he was called for, a very favorable penalty for this Campbell team right now.
Yeah, now Campbell inside the ECU red zone. First penalty for the Pirates, but a costly one. And this drive that began at the 3 is now getting close to the 3 of ECU. Campbell trying to punch it in and cut this Pirate lead in half.
Campbell now with the 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Directly in the center of the field, 2 receivers left. 2 receivers right, 1 left. That's Randall King all on his own. Attached to the line, Chandler takes a snap. Chandler working up the middle on the quarterback keeper, drifts to the outside, cutting back in towards the line. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and possibly a yard.
Six Killer lined up wide at receiver. That's what happens a lot of the time when Chandler is in there in the Wildcat. Six Killer will still be out there in formation. Boy, Six Killer so accurate today. He's 10 of 13 through the air, 74 yards so far.
Time formation on the left side with the receivers. 1 receiver right, Six Killer in the backfield. Lawrence to his right. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. End around reverse. No, it goes right up the middle. Got me as well. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 3rd and long here.
Yeah, that was good motion that time. They had Chandler running a jet sweep. Fake the handoff to him. Didn't fool too many Pirates. And now another 3rd down for Campbell.
Campbell inside the red zone here. At the 13-yard line. 12-yard line. Far side hash. Six Killer with a tight formation in the bunch. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Rolling right. Six Killer. High pass intended for Lawrence. And that connection is just not there. That would have been a beauty, possibly a first down. But that will bring out Alex Crabb. 2 for 2 so far today, and he'll have a chance here at a 22-yard field goal.
Six Killer had been accurate, just missed Lawrence that time at around the 10. Lawrence would have still had some work to do to get down to the 3 for a first down, so a field goal attempt for Campbell on the incompletion.
Crabb steps up, legs it through. Does it have enough? It does. It's good, and Campbell gets on the board here, 14-3. With 12:58 to go in the second.
Boy, Crabb has been so good. He is 3 for 3 now on the year, and add a 31-yarder to him. That was an epic drive. 18 plays, 66 yards. It took 6 minutes and 21 seconds of game time, but more importantly, it gave that Campbell defense a rest. 14-3 the score. Pirates lead, 12:58 to go in the second. We'll be back to Dowdy Ficklin after these messages.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Discover our backyard here in Harnett County, where each visit invites you to author your own adventure. Whether you're seeking thrilling river or park excursions, exploring those quaint downtown main streets, or immersing yourself in our rich history and culture, Harnett County offers endless possibilities. Come write your story in the home of the Fighting Camels. where outdoor adventures meet small-town charm. Start planning your Harnett County getaway today at visitharnett.com.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next move. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
$14-3, 12:58 to go in the second quarter. Campbell trailing, but they get their first points of the evening, and it came off of the leg of Alex Crabb from about 27 feet, or 27 yards rather.
I really like the fact that this Campbell offense settled down, and they certainly look like they belong on the field with ECU. We'll see what adjustments the defense have made. That ECU tempo has made that ECU offense 2 for 2 so far on drives.
Jenkins and Montgomery back to receive. This one drifting left on the field and bounces on the A in the end zone off of the word East. In East Carolina, they will get the ball at the 20-yard line. East Carolina now going from the right to left as sun starts to slowly fade and drift out of their eyes here in the second quarter.
We do not take Riley Sullivan for granted, but wow, 26 touchbacks last year, and here in this big environment, a couple of touchbacks as well, which is so important, as you don't want to give ECU a chance to get those athletes out and running downhill.
ECU now starting on the 25 near side hash, going from right to left, sending a man in motion. Drifting, now a low pass, tried to be caught but bounces off the grass, tried to go the end around reverse route, and it doesn't work. And this one just touches the grass and bounces up.
Yeah, that was odd. They're trying a little bit of two-quarterback thing themselves. That was Mike Wright Jr. that got the handoff and then tried to pass it to the far sideline, but Campbell was not fooled, and it fell incomplete.
The graduate senior on his fourth school, Vandy, Mississippi State, and now Northwestern. Now at ECU. Here's the snap again. Handoff up the middle, wide hole. Quickly collected and tried to be brought down, and it does. Campbell defense working well. Spivey making his way down.
Boy, this would be huge. ECU 3 for 3 so far on third down conversions. Campbell has done a decent job on first and second down. It's here where the Pirates have exploded. The Campbells need a stop here.
3rd and 8 here. For the right side hash, step back, Hauser. Throw it across the middle. It's caught at the 40. Continues, breaks through a tackle, and down at the 45-yard line.
Hauser has just been unbelievably accurate here today. Campbell had good coverage on that play. It was just a really good throw. Hauser now 10 for 12 through the air, 107 yards.
1st and 10 from the 45. Hauser fakes the handoff on a play-action fake, throws out to the flat, dropped at the 50-yard line.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass, 2nd down.
And they thought it was incomplete, just pleading as Spalding on the outside saying, I caught the ball, and it just simply called incomplete. 2nd and 10 here for the Pirates. Going from right to left still. Normal formation, 2 left tight end attached to the line. Here's the snap, drop back Hauser. Hauser throwing deep down the right sideline. Wide open and caught at the 20, into the 5, diving over the line, and a touchdown for East Carolina.
Wow. 55 yards, a perfect strike. Brock Spalding has been a problem. 6 catches last week, and that one perfect. He was going to be down by the 5, but just Superman dove to the goal line and got in. That was just an impressive play by 2 impressive Pirates.
5 plays, 75 yards, a minute and 8 seconds on that drive for ECU. The pace continues.
They are reviewing it from up above, as they do for all touchdowns here.
And then the question would probably be a knee at this point.
Yep.
Did the knee get down? It's been really impressive, Chris, to kind of see what this ECU team has done. Already 180 yards if this touchdown stands through the air right now.
Yeah, Hauser has just been fantastic.
Pending confirmation here. Campbell, though, defensively, I believe, did a lot better job trying to disrupt this offense, but the blown play at the end, ECU just executed.
Yeah, it's a shame. Those big plays coming up big here for ECU. You're right. I think the defense looked a lot better on that drive, except for the big strike there.
Mazzy now for the extra point after the touchdown is confirmed. This one, no problem. 21-3, 11:50 to go in the second quarter. ECU up big over Campbell.
Hey, I'm Bennett Johnson for the Heister Automotive Group. We're proud to be here with Coach Braxton Harris. I'm a 2017 Campbell graduate, so I know what Campbell means to this community. He's here to tell us more.
Thanks, Bennett. At Campbell, we believe in coaching our student athletes to be successful on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. And that takes commitment. And that's exactly what we've had from Heister Automotive Group for the past 10 years. Their belief and commitment to being able to help our student athletes be the best that they can. Get off your keister and get to Heister.
Hi Campbell fans, I'm Christy Yarbrough with RE/MAX United. Thinking about buying or selling or know someone who is? Let me help you make the right moves. It's important to work with the right agent with local knowledge and cutting-edge experience. I can help ease the pains of the buying or selling process by guiding you through the steps. Whether it's connecting you with the right lender, home inspector, handyman for those undone projects, staging and prepping your home for sale, or helping you find the ideal home that fits your family's needs. Visit my website for more information at christy.remaxagent.com. Go Camels!
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack Wrap is back.
Back in Dowdy Fickley Stadium, Campbell trailing 21-3. Second quarter here with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go, and they will get a chance offensively, trying to capitalize on that blast offensive drive that they had, Chris. Hopefully they can put something either in the end zone this time.
Yeah, look, and that's what you have to do when you have the chances. You can't keep settling for field goals. But again, let's talk about Campbell and what they did. Hey, we're not expecting another 19-yard drive, but this offense now has all the confidence in the world that they can move the ball on this East Carolina team. Remember, Campbell will get the ball to start the third quarter as well. A lot of time to go in the second quarter. Campbell at least needs to keep the defense off the field again for a little bit.
Thanks for listening on the Go Camels app, GoCamels.com, and the Varsity Network app. If you're watching us live, if you haven't, you can at YouTube at the official Campbell Athletics page, and of course on Instagram at Go Camels. Here's the kickoff going from right to left. Campbell will receive. Of course, back is Barry Tate and Randall King.
It was a feels-like temp of 97. The sun has gone down, but it's still about 94 degrees. It has dripped into actual temps into the 80s. It's a little bit of a breeze blowing. Again, this is a horseshoe stadium with the field house on the other end, so it doesn't affect it that much, about 5 miles an hour.
Mazey lets it go. This one heading towards the near side and caught at the 5-yard line. Now streaking up the way down to 20. Wide open, breaking through a tackle, and at the 30-yard line, ball is loose. It's whistled dead before the ball came out.
Barry Tate.
Ruling on the field as the runner was down at the 29-yard line. It's first down for Campbell at that spot.
You heard it first from our official.
Look, Barry Tate listed as 5'10". I don't know. He's 155, redshirt sophomore, but he is out on the field no matter how tall he is because he is that fast. He almost broke that for a huge gain.
If he would have got past the last line of defense, it would have been nothing but grass to compete with him. First and 10 now from the 29 for this Campbell offense, going from left to right from the near side hash. A whistle blows it dead.
Previous play is under review.
They will review. Now the question is here, Chris, how can you reverse this if the whistle happened at the same time he went down?
They'll be looking at a little bit of everything for this, but, you know, at this stadium, this game on ESPN Plus, they're going to look at everything. I don't know, it seemed. Now, look, we're at the top of this stadium. We're about 9 stories up right now, so we don't have as great as a view as we do at Barker Lane Stadium. But, boy, it sure looked to the naked eye that it was the ball, that was the ground that caused the fumble. But they'll take a look at it here, and obviously huge if the Camels turn this ball over here. That's one of the great things that the Camels did do. They didn't turn the ball over.
Yep. Well, the play was whistled dead before it seemed like the ball came out, or even simultaneously. I know Pirates were in the area. Could that be the case that it is overturned? We'll have to see. 21-3 is the official play. Here's the review on the big Jumbotron. Tate, does he touch? His hand is down.
Yeah.
Does the hand act in accordance? Would he be considered down there? The question is, where's the ball? And you really, really can't see it. And, of course, as you know, at this point, you've watched enough football or listened to enough. Clear and convincing evidence. The location of the ball actually matters. Control matters. Surviving the ground is a big thing as well. Campbell so far, though, offensively has had 3 drives or 2 drives, one ending in a field goal, the last one an 8-minute and 23-second drive. 19 plays, 85 yards. And, Chris, that was a long one because that started on the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that was the most impressive part of that. Boy, it would have been disastrous if Campbell were to have to punt from back at their own end zone. They are still looking at this here and still in a commercial break, so that gives us a chance to tell you about the fun that is coming up at Campbell's Barker Lane Stadium. Campbell's home opener coming up this next Saturday at 3:30. Furman is the opponent. A SoCon non-conference clash, as tickets available at GoCamels.com and 1-877-GO-HUMS. Kids 12 and under free with a paid adult admission. Then on September 20th, some history in Bowie's Creek. It's a 6 o'clock start. Night games happen about once a year. Bryant, who is a CAA football-only opponent, will be in town. But for the first time in Campbell football history, we will have post-game fireworks. If you love what you see for Campbell Friday night fireworks for their baseball team, this will be fun. So come and see Campbell take on Bryant, a night game, 6 o'clock in 2 Saturdays on September 20th. And then Western Carolina comes into town. WCU was ranked the top 25 to start the year again this year on September 27th. Another 3:30 start for Military Appreciation Day. Full schedule at GoCamels.com. Season tickets still available. Many plans as well.
And these games are available not only on Flow College, where you can find those, but if you are living in the North Carolina area, the Raleigh area, the Wilmington area, the Greenville area, you can check your local MyTV listings to find out exactly where you can watch all 3 of those Campbell games on local linear television.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting. The first time that's ever happened in Campbell football history, and we will have full details on that coming up at GoCamels.com. But, yeah, if you're up here in the Greenville area, you'll be able to watch it on my TV, as well as what Lindell said, Wilmington, Raleigh, and Charlotte. They are taking a long time to look at this. They went to a media timeout. The media timeout's over. And you know, Lindell, of course, we're a little biased here,
Absolutely.
but if it's taking this long to see if you reverse a call,
you might want to stick what was originally called on the field, possibly.
After review, the ball was loose prior to the knee down. ECU recovered the ball. It'll be their ball, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
that's a tough one. Again, we were a little biased looking at it, but awfully tough. So Campbell, defense with their backs up against the wall here, trailing 21-3.
And the defense cannot bend. Again, the execution things is what matters. You got to be in the right spot. The last few times that ECU have scored, it's because Campbell defensively has gifted them either out of position or a busted play has happened. We'll see what Campbell can do here against this ECU offense, going from right to left. On the 34-yard line on the near side hash. Back in the back with sending. Now a man in motion, stepping back Hauser, dumps it off in the backfield, quickly collected, chased down, gains about 3 after crossing into the flat, crossing the line of scrimmage, and sneaks his way out of bounds for a gain of 4.
That was a really good job. Villanueva was there on pursuit, and Lakeem Rudolph was able to push him out of bounds for a short gain. Look, I'm going to tell you a bunch of positives about this Campbell defense. Obviously, they have been playing better, trying to keep up with this, but 8 rushes for 28 yards. This Campbell defense is holding this FBS team to around 3.5 yards per rush.
Ball on the 31, far side hash, 2nd and 7. Hauser, play action fake, throws it across the middle. It's caught. No, incomplete. No, caught. Snuck it right in there. That sends them into the red zone for the first down. And play's already off, and now out of the handoff out the backfield down the right side, bruising through. Gets a chunk yardage, and halfway down the sticks it goes, making it 2nd down on the far side.
And folks, on that play 2 plays ago, again, I'm not painting this with orange-colored glasses. It was an amazing throw into a very tight window.
2nd and 8, 2nd and 6 rather. Hand off, Jenkins sneaks up the gut, check that Montgomery. Sneaks inside the 10-yard line to the 9. 3rd and 2. Logan Livermon there to meet him. Touchdown saving tackle.
Substitution made by Campbell, so Campbell has a chance to make a substitution, and they've taken out their entire defensive line.
3rd and 2 here. We're in the middle of the field. Hauser taking his time, 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Stepping back into formation. 4 in the backfield. 4 seconds to go. Now 3, now 2. There's the snap. Fake the handoff. Hauser finding pressure, rolling left. Seeing, looking, throwing. Incomplete. He completely throws it out the back of the end zone, but a flag down right where that happened. Raising his hands outside, trying to figure out exactly what is going on here. Likely a pass interference call.
Yeah, if that's interference call, we'll have to wait to see the replay. Boy, Villanueva almost got to Hauser. Campbell bringing pressure in some different ways. It was a great block that picked up Villanueva and saved their quarterback from getting crushed there.
The consultation near the ball.
Looked like there were 3 white jerseys. It was well covered, and white jerseys might have ran into each other.
Zachary Ehrman, referee, trying to make sense of it.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference as the ball was uncatchable. Ineligible player downfield, offense number 53. The penalty's declined. It's 4th down.
Braxton Harris declining the penalty. Instead of resetting 3rd down and a pushback, is going to force 4th down here. 4th and very, very manageable. 4th and 2 with the ball on a 9-yard line, and ECU will go for it. Hauser with an empty backfield. 3 left, 2 right. Empty. Send a man in motion out of the slot from right to left. Fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself. And Hauser trying to push forward. Here comes the tug of war. Campbell trying to push him backwards. Does he have enough? It's going to depend on the spot. He's short. Campbell with the stop on 4th down. Pettis was there to meet Hauser out of the backfield. What a stop defensively for Campbell.
Boy, Campbell did a great job there, not only getting to the quarterback, but it was one of those, the quarterback was stopped well short, but then the offensive line doing what they do, trying to push. Well, Campbell's defensive line and a bunch of white jerseys pushed back. What a statement for this Campbell defense. We've told you they've been playing a little better other than that big play after those first 2 drives of the game, and that shows it right there. What a stop for Campbell.
Camden 6-killer now in the backfield. Campbell 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line, going from left to right, rolling out of the pocket left, sees a wide opening, flushes right and decides to tuck it and run, gets back to the original line of scrimmage with everything locked down downfield.
Campbell's offensive line sensational last week of keeping the pressure off of Cam 6-killer. Look, against an FBS team, that's the first quarterback sack you've allowed. Pretty good. An opportune time, obviously, Campbell buried inside their own 10, but this Campbell offensive line has been doing good for the second straight game here.
9-10 and counting down here in the second quarter. Ball on the near side hash, 2 left, 1 right, tight and attached to the line. That's Mike Chandler in the backfield. He'll take the snap from the shotgun. There's the handoff and immediately swallowed up. No, he's not down. They will call him down. That's Keary who bounces back up but whistled down as Zion Wilson for ECU gets to him quickly.
Yeah, the first time we've seen Naeem Kearney tonight. He is the very experienced 5th-year senior out of Georgetown, an FCS program. Campbell has not been able to get much going on the ground either, just like ECU. Campbell, 10 rushes for 7 yards.
3rd and very long. 3rd and 14 with the ball on the 4-yard line. Under 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Empty. Send a man in motion, and that is Chandler. 6-killer deep into his own end zone. Makes the dump off. Quickly caught. Trying to work off the bubble screen to get enough room for the pass, or the punt rather, coming up. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, bringing up 4th and 10. And Campbell will have to bring out special teams to make the punt here.
Yeah, Tate played it safe that time, caught in the middle, really nowhere to go. So Kyler Pearson for ECU, he is standing at Campbell's 45. Campbell is going to have to ask Aiden Bondi, the redshirt sophomore out of Greensboro, who's been really, really good this year, just to try to knock the heck out of this one.
Standing deep in the end zone in between the A and the R. Punts this one, a wobbler. It's going to bounce past the 50, now the 45. Quickly picked up, splitting the Campbell return team. And this one is fought down right inside the, right on the other side of the far sideline at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunately for Campbell. And again, you're punting from your own end zone. Just get it out of there. But it was a short punt, took a roll, but it was played perfectly by Pearson, who was able to gather it up at the 45 and run downhill all the way to the 30. So good field position again for the Pirates, and a quick turnaround for this Campbell defense. It just made a huge fourth quarter stop. They're going to be asked to do something special here again.
Backs up against the wall once more. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line, near side hash. Here's the snap, Hauser. Here's the handoff, bouncing outside, quickly met. Stopped him for a little bit, but diving forward and gets about 3 yards on the game. 21-3, ECU out in front with 7 minutes and counting down here in the second quarter. The ball in the middle of the field, 3 bunch on the left side, none on the right. Hauser takes the snap, fakes the handoff, bubble screen out to the left. Here's the dropped off in the flat, gets a few yards. Stopped at about the 22-yard line.
Boy, that was a great job by the wheel linebackers, Sampa and JoJo Pace. There was blocking out there. They didn't let it bother him.
3rd and 3. There's the handoff. Hauser rolling right. Pressure coming. Easy dump off across the middle. Gets the first down and a little bit more. And dropped off in the flat, or right by the hash marks at the 17-yard line.
That was one of those where the tight end bumps you a little bit and then rolls out to the right side. Campbell thought they had a free range to the quarterback, but the tight end, Connor, just snuck out for the easy completion and first down.
1st and 10 now from the 17-yard line from the far side hash. Hauser hands it off up the middle, wide open, easy lane at the 5, breaking through. And into the end zone is Parker Jenkins.
The first long run of the game for ECU. They hadn't had a rush over 5 yards. That time, though, finding a big hole again on this dog-tired Campbell defense, taking it to the house from 17 yards.
27-3, 5:59 to go in the second. ECU out in front with the extra point awaiting. That's Jenkins' first touchdown of the day, only 29 yards. The extra point is up, and it's through. 6 minutes or 5:59 here to go in the second quarter. Campbell's offense saw some signs of life, but could not get a first down after Campbell's defense gifted them the ball on a 4th down stop.
Yeah, a 4-play drive that went 30 yards, took just a minute and 18 seconds. So up to the Campbell offense to make something happen. Remember, it's a Campbell team that gets the ball to start the third quarter. If Campbell can at the very least sustain a long drive here, but if they could get points with the way things have gone and the fact that your defense has stood up a little bit, if you could go into the locker room down 28-6, 28-10 with the ball back to start the third quarter, making some adjustments, I think Campbell would feel all right.
ECU ready to kick from right to left here. Maisie back to kick, and of course Randall King. Barry Tate back to receive. Here's the kick, whistled off. It's a squibber. Bounced at the 15-yard line on the near side.
Prior to the ball being kicked, it was falling off the tee. Reset the play clock to 25. We'll re-kick.
That explains why that kick was a low-line drive that probably bounced the opposite way of what Nick Maisie was wanting it to go. So we will reset 28-3, ECU in the lead with 5:59 to go in the second. The wind drifting it as it is blowing a little bit more. It's blowing from right to left, which is behind this football, what continues to knock it forward off of the tee.
Yeah, we talked about the wind not affecting much, but it has picked up. We have talked about this big front that's coming through tonight, hopefully after this game, but the wind is really picking up at the back of the Pirates here, blowing pretty sustained as you look at the other American Conference teams' flags at the top of Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium here.
So a holder there will get it off. 3rd time's the charm. This one drifting to the left, caught at the 5, now at the 10. Turns into 15, breaking through a tackle is King, stays on his feet, spinning in the middle of the field at the 21-yard line. And that is where he'll be stopped, possibly getting some forward progress to the 22. That's where Campbell offense will start this drive, 1st and 10.
Cam Six-Killer comes out. Been accurate tonight, completing 73% of his passes. He's 11 of 15 through the air, 78 yards. Campbell, as we talked about, not getting much going rushing as well. Tate, the leading receiver for Campbell with 4 catches. Chandler, Campbell's backup quarterback that has been a gadget in all of the offensive plays. He has 3 catches.
From the 22-yard line, far side hash going from left to right, in around reverse Chandler. Now with the pressure coming to him, got to get it off, lets it go, and smartly throws it away out of bounds, pressure directly in his face.
Yeah, trick play. We talked about it a couple of times this week, Lindell, the fact that we didn't see Chandler attempt to pass last week. I thought that we were going to see that. We have a couple times, but ECU has been all over that. They knew when Chandler gets the ball, they're going to have to be careful, and they were right on him.
2 pass attempts for Chandler, none complete. 2nd and 10 from the same spot, far side hash. Six-Killer gets a false start. Free play, throws it down the sideline. They'll garner the flag as the ECU line jumped right through.
Yep, that should be an offside, and Six-Killer did the good thing.
Defense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Repeat 2nd down, and that makes their way halfway up the chains.
Yeah, he knew he had a free play and tried to cash it in.
So 2nd and 5 now. From the 27-yard line, far side hash, 2 receivers right, 1 left. 6-killer in the shotgun. Tight end attached to the right side of the line. There's the snap, hand off high. He'll hand it off quickly, wrapped around the neck and brought down after a yard. Well, Ethan Lawrence doing some work here, gets at least 1 yard, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Lawrence got hit hard there.
Zion Wilson is there for the tackle.
Campbell 2 for 6 on 3rd down so far today.
3rd and 4 from the 28, far side hash. A big 3rd down. 5:08 and counting down to go here until halftime. 3 receivers stack right, tight end attached to the right side of the line. Here's the snap, 6-killer. Pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, and he's taken down for the first time today. Trying to push him backward, helmet off. He was ruled down by a gang of tacklers.
Ruling on the field as the runner's forward progress was stopped. It's 4th down. Defense number 9 must leave for 1 play if he lost his helmet.
ECU brought everybody that time, and 6-killer did a good job of stepping up in the pocket, but no one was open downfield and smothered and dropped. Second time he's been sacked today.
28-3. 4:45 and counting down until halftime. And here comes Bondi.
Bondi averaging 40 yards per on his punts so far today.
He'll boot this one away. It's a tight spiral that's going to land at the opposite 35. Now breaking through. Now here streaking down the sideline on the near side of the 40, 45, 30. There's a flag, and it's possibly for a block. He gets tackled on the inside of the 20-yard line, but this one is likely going to come all the way back.
Boy, that is Kyler Pearson again. He is certainly exciting. Started his collegiate career at Kansas, but transferred into here from Oklahoma State.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 19. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Peyton Mangrum called for the penalty from Greenville, just in the opposite state, Greenville, South Carolina. That's going to backtrack this from the original spot of the football and put East Carolina just on the plus side of the field at the 42.
ECU with all 3 of their timeouts to work with. Again, it hasn't been about them having to use the clock at all. They've had drives of 228, 321, 108, and 118. Those are all touchdown drives.
1st and 10, 4:14 to go. East Carolina going from right to left, patiently waiting behind the line of scrimmage, but the host of Campbell tacklers are there. Keeps pressing forward. And they'll get a 2-yard gain. And Logan Livermond with the ultimate stop at the end. 2nd and 8 coming up here. From the near side hash this time. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Tight end attached to the line. Hauser going to the flat on the right side, and this ball sails. And a pass intended for Jerron Raiders into the flat on the far side doesn't go anywhere. 3rd and 8 coming up here for ECU.
Yeah, really one of the first times we've seen Hauser just simply miss his man. He's completed 75% of his passes tonight, 15 of 20 for 207 and 2 TDs.
3:48. ECU now with a comfortable lead, being more methodical offensively. 3 receivers right, 1 left. 1 back in the backfield. There's the snap, standing back, near side, caught easily. Will it be enough for a 1st down? Diving over is Anthony Smith. And that'll do it. Chains move here, but clock is still rolling.
Campbell was there. Samaj Jackson, the sophomore out of Fort Lauderdale, was able to wrap him up and bring him down. The coverage was good, but again, throwing into another tight window was Hauser.
Tight trips to the left side of the line. Step back, here's the snap on the 1st and 10. Throw over the middle. Now into the end zone, bat it down. Flag comes down late.
Jackson again on coverage, and really good coverage.
Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Tradneski send this formation backwards 10 yards.
Fourth penalty for ECU. Much like in the Rhode Island game, Campbell with just one penalty in this first half. Things changed. Campbell got a little bit sloppy. The penalties added up in the second half last week. We'll see, though.
Back to the original line of scrimmage at the 46-yard line, this time in the middle of the field. Hauser fakes the snap here on the hard count. Campbell moves but does not pass the ball. Now tightening the formation. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Hauser now takes the snap backed up on this 2nd and 20. Caught down the near side by Tyler Johnson. Brandon Guzman pushes him out of bounds, but right back to where they were. 3rd and 8 here. Ball on the 34 near side hash. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Takes the snap. Had some trouble with it, but easily finds into the flat. Looking for a first down possibly. Very close and spotted short. Rakeem Rudolph keeps it from being a first down conversion. 4th and 1 coming up here. They will say that it was 3rd down. That was 2nd down. So 3rd down, 3rd and 1. Here's this bullying his way up the middle on the handoff. Right down his throat, stopped at the line, and they will give it an easy conversion for a first down.
Yeah, 3rd down has been the difference, right? Campbell has forced ECU into 8 first downs of all different shapes and sizes, but the Pirates now 7 of 8 on 3rd down tonight.
1st and 10. Here's the motion behind the quarterback. Pass dropped right at the end. Not noted if it was fumbled, but called
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass. This is the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout coming. Campbell trailing ECU up big, 28-3. 2 minutes to go until halftime.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next era. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC. Pushing the Fighting Camels forward.
Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
"84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack Wrap is back.
Mangum Insurance Agency is your local Orange-owned independent insurance agency. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, business, life, or health. They do the insurance shopping for you through multiple companies to provide you with the best coverage to fit your budget. Mangum Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in Coates and Dunn. Give them a call today for a free consultation at 910-897-3318.
Two minutes to go until halftime. 28-3, ECU in the lead here. And it will be Pirates ball here, 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line in the middle of the field. They've had 2 short fields back-to-back, make that 3. trying to capitalize again. The first one, a fourth down stop, kept them out of the end zone and off the board. And they capitalized on a touchdown on the last drive, trying to make a stop here. Is this Campbell defense give them some sense of defensive life and possibly put the ball back in the hands of their offense before the buzzer hits? Tight formation here. Twins on both sides. Hauser takes a snap, backfield clips out over the middle, immediately brought down is Petaway, and JoJo Pace again. What is there not to like about his tackling ability?
Yeah, Pace, when he hits you hard, leading this team with 5 tackles.
3rd and 3, motion sweeping through the end zone, right up the gut. And it tackled right in the middle of the field is Marlon Gunn. JoJo Pace again with the ultimate stop, a touchdown saving tackle for him as the clock is stopped now at 3rd and 35. Here's the snap again. Hauser thinks, floats one up into the end zone. Pass incomplete, ball comes out at the end. Tyler Johnson, the intended receiver there, the transfer from Penn State.
Guzman did a good job that time as the initial catch was made, but he was able to pry it out of his hands before he could come down with it. Again, Campbell forced another 3rd down on this drive, on this half, but ECU continuing to convert on 3rd down.
28-3. 1:30 to go here in the second quarter. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 10 seconds on the play clock. Here's the fake handoff, play action, fake across the middle. This one on a slant route in the end zone and broken up here by Ethan Spivey, saving the touchdown. That's 3rd and goal here from the 5-yard line on the near side hash.
Guzman was in on it as well, as he has been all over the place. That was Campbell's CAA preseason all-conference member.
To right, tight formation, tight end attached. So is another receiver. He fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper, flip to the outside, trying to bully his way into the end zone, and just crosses the line for the touchdown. The RPO works here for ECU, and they add another 6 on the board.
It doesn't show it by the score, however, but, you know, Campbell's defense has been given a lot of short fields, and it's been unfortunate with the fumbles and the couple of punts from deep in their own territory, and this ECU offense is just too good to give a short field to.
(34-3). 1 minute and 22 seconds remain here in the first half. Campbell will have some sort of semblance of getting the ball back here. The extra point awaits. Easily up the middle, and again, cashing in is East Carolina. Only one drive so far that has not ended in a touchdown. No punts. Their punter has not seen the field here tonight.
That was their quote-unquote longest drive as far as plays. It took them 12 plays to go 46 yards and 2 minutes and 52 seconds. As this is a ECU offense that really needed to get right. A lot of good things being shown by Campbell on both sides of the ball, but at least so far here, ECU, their depth, their speed, a little too much for Campbell.
35-3. Campbell will receive this. The wind blowing kind of the same as it was, possibly dying down. Again, ECU kicking from the 35, going from right to left here. Maisie. Scribber falls out of play.
Ends up to be a touchback here. 1 minute, 22 seconds. Campbell with a couple of timeouts, and we'll see what the Campbell offense can do. We'll see how aggressive ECU wants to do if they want to step on the neck here. They have all 3 timeouts.
35-3. 1:22 to go in the second. ECU up here. 6-killer in the backfield. Cowan to his left. Chandler to his right, who's now in motion. He'll hand it off to Cowan, who will bounce and find behind his offensive line. A big gain, bouncing and spinning. Did he get the first down? It is likely. And it would be a First Citizens first down if it stands, and it is.
You wonder what happened rotation-wise there, don't you? Because remember, J.J. came in and had a couple of good carries. Again, Campbell has a lot of backs, and he's still nursing a knee injury. But, boy, he's been the most effective weapon for Campbell today, offensively.
Chandler comes out of the backfield and lines up in the slot on the left side. Near side hash. Here's a snap, 1st and 10. Out to Callahan out the backfield, trying to shake a defender. Stands back, and does he get back to the original line of scrimmage? No, he will lose a few.
You know, and that first down, Lindo, was so big because if you're ECU and maybe Campbell an incomplete pass or just a gain of 1, you might think about using the timeouts. Now it seems like ECU is pretty happy with getting into the half, leading 35-3.
40 and ticking down here. 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line, near side hash. 6-killer going to keep it, bouncing around, thinking about it, and brought down in his own backfield. And that likely will do it. There's going to be a personal foul penalty that's going to come out on a late push.
Yeah, an ECU Pirate way away from the play with a big, big shove that time. Unnecessary on Campbell's right tackle, Zaiterio Lee. Will stop the clock, and, you know, Campbell had 15 yards with this. They may think a little bit about trying to go downfield.
I wonder if it gives them, it would definitely give them the first down.
Yep. Be the 5th penalty on the Pirates here.
Automatic first down. The clock will start on the snap.
Damian Wilson called for that unnecessary roughness penalty, the transfer from Mizzou. That moves Campbell up just shy of the 50-yard line, still in negative territory. And it puts the ball in the 46 far side or near side hash. 1st and 10 here. 35-3 to score. ECU out in front. Six-killer and the shotgun. Cowling to his left. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Tight end attached to the line on the left side. Rolling out his right, pressure coming, makes the throw, intended for Randall King, who will bully his way out of bounds. And an incomplete pass.
Good job to try to relieve the pressure, rolling 6-killer right, but the purple jerseys were right there with it.
17 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 from the near side hash again. 6-killer talking to his line. Who's only been sacked 1 time tonight. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, RPO across the middle on a slant, throw it into a tight window. Pass false, incomplete, looking for Spencer Jones.
Yeah, it would have been tough. Spencer Jones, as you said, accurately, it was going to be a very tight window, and he threw just a bit behind him.
Trying to squeeze it in, the defender in front of Jones. .14 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 3rd and 10. Handoff up the middle. Cowan working around and finesses 3 yards. Riddle with the ultimate tackle at the end.
And that's the end of the first half of the score. Your East Carolina
and that takes us to halftime. 35-4. The end of the score at the first half. The Madden Holmes halftime show coming up after this.
It's Bo time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you could say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Hey Camel fans, this is Braxton Harris, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready for game day? Well, get your game face on because Campbell's 2025 football season is here. We're bringing the energy, the grit, and the passion, and we want you to be right there with us. But hey, game day is just the beginning. You want to make a real impact? Then it's time to step up and join the Fighting Camel Club. Being a part of the Fighting Camel Club means you become the team behind the team, fueling scholarships, training, and academic success for not just our football athletes, but all 21 of our sports. When you join, you're not just a fan, you're a game changer. So what do you say, Camel Nation? Let's make a difference together. Join the Fighting Camel Club today and help us build champions on the field, in the classroom, and beyond.
Discover our backyard here in Harnett County, where each visit invites you to author your own adventure. Whether you're seeking thrilling river or park excursions, exploring those quaint downtown main streets, or immersing yourself in our rich history and culture, Harnett County offers endless possibilities. Come write your story in the home of the Fighting Camels, where outdoor adventures meet small town charm. Start planning your Harnett County getaway today at visitharnett.com.
Hi Campbell fans, I'm Christy Yarbrough with RE/MAX United. Thinking about buying or selling or know someone who is? Let me help you make the right moves. It's important to work with the right agent with local knowledge and cutting-edge experience. I can help ease the pains of the buying or selling process by guiding you through the steps. Whether it's connecting you with the right lender, home inspector, handyman for those undone projects, staging and prepping your home for sale, or helping you find the ideal home that fits your family's needs. Visit my website for more information at christy.remaxagent.com. Go Camels!
Welcome back into the Mattamy Homes halftime report. Mattamy Homes building better, smarter homes, including 3 new neighborhoods. Just minutes away from Campbell's campus. Head to mattamyhomes.com for more information. MATTAMYHOMES.com. For more information with Lindell Suggs, I'm Chris Haymeyer. Emma is here spotting for us high above the field with the Pirate logo as we're in Greenville, North Carolina at halftime. Campbell trailing the Pirates 35-3. ECU, 2 drives, 2 scores, and it happened quickly. They are running an up-tempo offense that is tough to keep up with. First drive, 8 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Riles, the tight end, an 18-yard TD reception from Hauser. Hauser, the quarterback, transfer from Michigan State in his second year in the program, has been really, really accurate, really good tonight. ECU would add to that after a 3-and-out for Campbell, a 10-play, 73-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 21 seconds and had ECU up 14-0 in the first quarter. And I think a big moment in this game, Campbell, Barry Tate accepted the kickoff, was running it out. They blew the play dead, saying Randall King, who was lined up beside him, said that he made the call for a fair catch. It didn't make much sense for us, but Campbell was buried. They were on their 3-yard line. They ended up facing a 3rd and 7, and then a fantastic play as Campbell's Cam Sixkiller found Eastern North Carolina's own Randall King in the slot, hit him for a 25-yard completion, and that was the fuel for what would be a 19-play, 85-yard drive. It took 8 minutes and 23 seconds of game time, spanned 2 quarters. Campbell was able to get a field goal out of it, but the way ECU's offense has been running, that was a big play for Campbell.
And I think the ultimate drive killer just so happened to happen right after that. Campbell thinking, all right, we got a great stop here defensively. What can we do? And then the kickoff is fumbled by Barry Tate, which ultimately stopped the momentum that we thought we were seeing from Campbell. But that play offensively, the best drive, the best stretch where things were starting to click and the offense seemed to be getting their rhythm again. You've got a brand new quarterback. Even last year when Masco was in the system, you've practiced with him for a few years. You've seen him. You know how he throws. You can understand the spiral. With Six Killer coming in and all the new guys coming in out of the backfield, just trying to get the connections with this receiving core that is a lot different from last year and a completely different arm under center.
Yeah, you mentioned Campbell, a bit of bad luck there. Campbell had scored, made it 14-3. You were settling down. ECU was driving. Campbell again has forced so many third downs against this Pirate team, 10 third downs, but ECU has completed 90% of them, going 9 for 10 on third down and extending a play. And then Campbell's defense again holding their own, but a big over-the-top play. Spalding 55-yard reception by Hauser at the 11:50 mark in the second quarter. So ECU comes right back, a 5-play, 75-yard drive. It took just over a minute, and it was 21-3. And then some bad luck started happening for Campbell. A kickoff that was fumbled by Barry Tate. That led to a short field and a 4-play, 30-yard drive that took a minute 18. And Campbell's offense has been holding their own, but not really being able to sustain another drive like that 19-play drive or anything close. In a couple of punts from the end zone, another short field, and Gunn Jr. put it in for 4 yards at the 1:22 mark, capping off a 12-play, 46-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 52 seconds as Campbell finds himself down 35-3. Look, the score is what it is, but I'm seeing a lot of really good things for Campbell. And this Campbell defense, if they would just make a couple of plays on third down, again, easy for me to say. A lot of times it's been 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. But, boy, Campbell has been holding their own on 1st and 2nd down, has only allowed that one really big explosive play. But unfortunately for the Camels, it's been 3rd down, which has been a killer.
I really like what they're doing schematically. I don't think it's one of those days or games where you can blame the offensive coordinator. I think Matt Kubik has drawn up a good plan. I just think we've seen some balls sail on Six Killer. We've seen some passes missed. I mean, wide open out into the flat has kind of been the bread and butter when it's on target, and we've seen some overthrows. We've seen some runs kind of stopped at the line of scrimmage. And so now with Cowan coming in at the end, you started to see them try to establish the run game a little bit. The question would be, can they continue that same sentiment? That is exactly what we would want to figure out here from this Campbell team coming into this second half, where they will get the ball first. If they can establish the run and mix some variety up on offense, a touchdown any way you can get it against this ECU team is a plus in my book.
This is the Mattamy Homes halftime report. Mattamy Homes, building better, smarter homes. It's halftime. We are about 12 minutes away from the start of half number 2. When we come back, we'll take a look at the McDonald's stat sheet live from Greenville, North Carolina. This is Campbell Football.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most: our program, our team, and our next move. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
"84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
Mangum Insurance Agency is your local Orange-owned independent insurance agency. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, business, life, or health. They do the insurance shopping for you through multiple companies to provide you with the best coverage to fit your budget. Mangum Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in Coates and Dunn. Give them a call today for a free consultation at 910-897-3318.
Welcome back to the Mattamy Homes halftime report. Campbell returns home, or I should say, returns home for the first time in nearly a year on the football field. They will have their home opener on Saturday, 3:30 against SoCon Full Furman. What a game. This is the toughest schedule in Campbell football history. It's the best home schedule in Campbell football history. If you're thinking about getting season tickets, get them. Furman, Bryant, Western Carolina, that is the next 3 weekends. The October 18th game is against New Hampshire. They are a football-only member of the CAA. They were a playoff team last year, receiving votes this year. And then in November, back-to-back games against CAA rivals, William and Mary on November 8th and Elon on November 15th. What a schedule for Campbell. GoCamels.com, the place for tickets, 1-877-GO Humps. With Lindell Suggs, I'm Chris Hamer. We take a look at the McDonald's stat sheet. Lindell, there is a lot of stats to go under, but when you're glancing at it, what sticks out to you?
What really sticks out to me is Campbell's average time of possession being larger than ECU's average time of possession. Campbell with 3 minutes in time of possession, where ECU only 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and that is because you're talking about drives of 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute, and almost 3 minutes that all ended in touchdowns for the Pirates. And so ECU doing a whole lot in a little bit of time, and Campbell trying to figure it out offensively just to get one to touch paint.
Yeah, absolutely, and then that's why that can be a misleading stat at time. The rest of the stats look like this. ECU leading 35-3 here at halftime. ECU outgaining Campbell 320-89 in total yards. Pass yards 243 for ECU. Hauser has been really, really good, even better than his numbers. 19 for 27, 243 with a couple of TDs. Campbell with 77 pass yards. 6 killer, 12 of 18 through the air. Chandler has attempted 2 passes today and has come up empty. Neither team has ran well. Campbell with just 12 yards tonight on 12 carries. Cowan has been a bright spot, though. He has 4 carries for 19 yards, averaging 5 per, but Campbell averaging less than a yard per carry. ECU, Campbell did a good job of really keeping their run game at bay for most of the half, but again, that defense was just getting worn down. And ECU rushing now 17 attempts, 77 yards, 4.5 yards per carry, led by Gunn, who has 8 for 33. Campbell just 1 penalty for 15 yards in that first half. ECU 5 for 49. 16 first downs for ECU, 9 for Campbell. Campbell 2 of 8 on third downs. As we mentioned, a big problem. ECU 9 of 10 on third downs in the first half. Campbell 1 for 1 on fourth down. ECU 0 for 1, as Campbell averaging just under 3 yards per play, and ECU at 7. Pirates 4 of 5 in the red zone. Campbell 1 of 1. Receiving-wise, Tate 4 catches for 14 yards for Campbell. Chandler 3 for 16. King had that catch for 25 yards, which is the long today. East Carolina receiving for the second straight game. Hauser, ECU's quarterback, has connected with 10 different receivers, and he has done that so far in this first half. As we take a look at the defensive statistics, Riddle, the DB for ECU, leads the Pirate with 4 tackles. JoJo Pace has been all over the place at Campbell. Safety has 6 tackles. Fillard has 5. Villanueva has 4 for Campbell. Campbell trails at the break 35-3, but they'll get the ball to start the third quarter, which begins in about 5 minutes. This is the Mattamy Homes halftime report. That was a look at the McDonald's stat sheet. We'll be back with more after this. It's Campbell trailing ECU 35-3.
It's Bo time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you could say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Hey Camel fans, this is Braxton Harris, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready for game day? Well, get your game face on because Campbell's 2025 football season is here. We're bringing the energy, the grit, and the passion, and we want you to be right there with us. But hey, game day is just the beginning. You want to make a real impact? Then it's time to step up and join the Fighting Camel Club. Being a part of the Fighting Camel Club means you become the team behind the team, fueling scholarships, training, and academic success for not just our football athletes, but all 21 of our sports. When you join, you're not just a fan, you're a game changer. So what do you say, Camel Nation? Let's make a difference together. Join the Fighting Camel Club today and help us build champions on the field, in the classroom, and beyond.
Discover our backyard here in Harnett County, where each visit invites you to author your own adventure. Whether you're seeking thrilling river or park excursions, exploring those quaint downtown main streets, or immersing yourself in our rich history and culture, Harnett County offers endless possibilities. Come write your story in the home of the Fighting Camels, where outdoor adventures meet small-town charm. Start planning your Harnett County getaway today at visitharnett.com.
Hi Campbell fans, I'm Christy Yarbrough with RE/MAX United. Thinking about buying or selling or know someone who is? Let me help you make the right moves. It's important to work with the right agent with local knowledge and cutting-edge experience. I can help ease the pains of the buying or selling process by guiding you through the steps. Whether it's connecting you with the right lender, home inspector, handyman for those undone projects, staging and prepping your home for sale, or helping you find the ideal home that fits your family's needs. Visit my website for more information at christy.remaxagent.com. Go Camels!
Welcome back to the Mattamy Homes halftime report. Campbell trails 35-3 as we get set for the home opener coming up on Saturday at 3:30. Campbell takes on Furman as the Camels make their home debut. All right, Lindell, you've dug yourself a big hole. You get the ball to start the third quarter. What much Campbell do to get back into this game?
Defensively, you got to figure out a way to get a stop, but it really comes down to offensively. I've never seen a game where the offense has not scored a point and they win. And so offensively, they got to figure something out just to get back some momentum. This second half, you are really playing for Furman. You're not playing for ECU, and you want to come back in this game, and that's great if that happens. But offensively, you want to put together some momentum, some rhythm that you can take into Barker Lane Stadium next Saturday.
We take a look at the CAA scoreboard. Albany, a football-only member of the CAA, leading Delaware State 32-31, but they are delayed in the fourth quarter. They're having some weather up there in the Northeast. Bryant, who is Campbell's opponent, a CAA opponent in 2 weeks, that's that night game with the fireworks starting at 6. They are trailing at Massachusetts 20-17, 8:38 to go in the third. Hampton is trailing Elizabeth City State 20-10 at halftime. Maine at William and Mary, that's delayed, and that ain't too terribly far from where we are here.
Yep.
We might want to peek at the radar a little bit. Monmouth beating Fordham at Fordham 34-21 at halftime. Villanova by 1 in the third over Colgate. Holy Cross beating New Hampshire 9-7. NCA&T and UCF are delayed. Towson and Morgan State. Towson leads Morgan State 14-9. Rhode Island at Stony Brook. Davidson at Elon. Coming up.
Yeah, taking a peek at the radar here, just trying to keep everything away. And on the other side of this, Greenville looks good, but back home does not look too snazzy. Back in the creek, 35-3. Here we go to the third. Campbell to receive this one. ECU going to kick from right to left. Maisie, the view jumps in the air, the wind dying down. Ready to kick, Tate and King back to receive. We are underway here in the second half. This one booted, drifting towards the left, and will drop on the word east in the end zone, and Campbell will get the ball at the 25-yard line.
Be interesting to see what adjustments are made at halftime. You know, me and you have been through enough of these before, and I had a former Wise coach tell us the big difference you see FCS and FBS is FBS. They have about 15 more coaches and 10 more GAs to diagnose what happened in that first half, so they usually make some pretty strong adjustments. We'll see if Campbell has as well.
35-3 here. Man in motion, and it's Chandler moving from near to far to near rather. There's the bubble screen and the movement. Made up the way at the 30. It's caught. Is that King? It must be. And pushing his way forward, still going, not down yet. Almost the first down.
How about that? Bring him back to Eastern North Carolina. It must be something in the water, because you're right. That was a good catch, and he was stopped about 3 yards shy of the sticks by 4 purple jerseys. Tell you what, man, he almost got a first down on his own. He picked up 2 of those 3 yards. Wow.
Very, very close. A Pirate has to come off the field here. It was a gang right at the end. Now 2nd and 1. Here's a statement play to start the second half.
Yeah, and how about that? You know who has been one of your most successful weapons? Randall King, J.J. Cowan. And Randall King there getting the first touch of this second half.
2nd and 1 from the 34-yard line. Far side hash. One receiver on each side. Mike Chandler in the slot on the far side. There's an easy jump, free play. Gonna throw down the far side. Pass intended, and now a pass interference flag is thrown.
Yep, it was intended for Randall King, and another smart play by Six Killer. He knew that the flag was going to be offsides on ECU, so he just threw it up. And credit Randall King. He was blanketed, covered, but he came back into the defender. The defender's head wasn't turned, and he drew that PA.
Penalties decline. Pass interference. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And that's the penalty you'll take, the automatic first down for Campbell here. 35-3, 14-32 to go on the third.
Yeah, we talked about adjustments. What a statement for Campbell here coming out now. Around midfield. Good start.
A field goal and a touchdown was scored in the last meeting here in 2022. Going to hand it off this to Chandler. Chandler with a throw into the flat. It's a short gain. That pass to Spencer Jones, who falls and gets 1 or 2 yards there. 2nd and 8 coming up here.
Boy, you get the feeling, don't you, that when Chandler has gotten the ball, they've kind of done those throws out to the flat, don't look like they're really going anywhere. You get the feeling that they're going to run that same play, and Chandler's just going to chuck the ball down down on a post route or something on the near sidelines. We'll see if it happens.
Now on the plus side on the 45-yard line, near side has Chandler in motion from near to far. There's a flag immediately before the play starts. And brought back to the line. The question is, who is this penalty on? Looks like a false start.
Illegal formation, more than 4 men in the backfield. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Lee steps back, the transfer from Alabama State. A native of Atlanta, redshirt sophomore, sends Campbell backwards here.
That's a tough formation penalty, but again, just the 2nd penalty for Campbell in this entire game.
Right tackle called on that one. 2nd and 13 from the 46 near side hash, 2 right, 2 left. Six Killer puts his palm out, face down, calls off the play and resets. Now Ethan Lawrence switches from left to right behind Six Killer. Gets the right call. Now stepping back, Lawrence goes to the other way. Ready for the snap in the shotgun, sends Lawrence in motion. Now here's the snap, empty backfield. Six Killer coming, pressure comes to him. Ball is loose on the ground. It's picked up, dove on by ECU, and that's a turnover. Robinson.
Recovered by the defense. First down, East Carolina.
Josiah Robinson, the big senior from Michigan State, dives on it. And there's the tackle, and it's down, and it's a turnover. And ECU has another short field here.
That was one of those he had smothered Six Killer. Six Killer was just trying to get away. He had nowhere to go, and then trying to protect that ball. Robinson was just draped all over him, and he lost it. First turnover of the game for the Camel. Well, second turnover of the game for the Camels. The first by the offense. They had a kickoff return that was fumbled in the first half.
First and 10 from the 32-yard line, center of the field. Hauser takes the snap, throws into the flat on the bubble screen, quickly collapsed on. And brought down. Brandon Guzman on the near side. A short gain. Second and 7 here. From the 29 near side hash, 2 left, 1 right. There's the handoff up the middle. Caught by the defensive tackle right at the line of scrimmage. And KJ Scott, the middle linebacker, steps up to steps up on the line and makes the tackle there.
Scott's first tackle of the year.
3rd and 6, a quick jump flag is out. Free play for ECU. It's caught, almost dropped. And we'll say incomplete.
Offside. Defense, number 10. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So tough for this Campbell defense. We talked about field position. The last 4 drives for ECU have started on the Campbell: 34, 30, 46, and 32.
Only the 3rd penalty tonight for Campbell. Here's the handoff up the gut from that spot, diving forward across the 20 and into the red zone. It's a first down on 3rd and 1. Mills spotted directly at the 20, this time on the near side hash. First and 10, a very positive spot here for ECU. Still a chance for another first down. Sends Montgomery out of motion to the right side out of the backfield. Pressure coming, throws across the middle on a slant route, and it's caught at the 5-yard line in the middle of the field. Streeter there with the tackle, but Smith hauls it in, and there is first and goal from the 6-yard line. Here's the handoff again, now up the gut, trying to get Montgomery through. A gain of 3.
Campbell continues to really hold their own on the running game, and they haven't done bad in the secondary. They haven't made the big mistakes, save for 1 or 2 times. It's just Hauser is firing a rifle back there tonight.
2nd and 4, or 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line to Montgomery again up the middle. Check that Hauser. And will keep it himself and go up the gut. And brings up 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. ECU with a chance to add some more to the board here. Another 6 would make it 41. Hauser in the backfield. Tight formation at the line on the 2-yard line. Play clock down to 10. He will hand off now to Montgomery, trying to bully his way in. Bounces off of 2 tackles and finds himself into the end zone. Another ECU touchdown.
Campbell met him at the 2, but he just bounced off, spun away, and got into the end zone. Again, just tough field position and a tough position to put this Campbell defense in against a ECU offense that is truly firing on all cylinders, particularly through the passing game.
41-3 with the extra point to follow here. 10:44 to go in the 3rd. The kick, it's up and it's through. 42-3. 10:44 remains in the 3rd quarter. ECU adds another one to the board. As we go to the break, ECU out in front by 39.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Discover our backyard here in Harnett County, where each visit invites you to author your own adventure. Whether you're seeking thrilling river or park excursions, exploring those quaint downtown main streets, or immersing yourself in our rich history and culture, Harnett County offers endless possibilities. Come write your story in the home of the Fighting Camels, where outdoor adventures meet small-town charm. Start planning your Harnett County getaway today at visitharnett.com.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next move. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
(42-3). 10:44 remains in the third quarter here. ECU out in front of this Campbell team, and when you have short field after short field after short field, Grits, it's kind of hard not to score touchdowns when you're given the ball inside the 35.
Yeah, everything has to go right if you're going to hang with an FBS team, particularly one like the Pirates this year. But I think you're right. You know, you make it even that more harder on your defense here, where, again, the last 4 drives have started inside Campbell territory, but you know, Lindell, because of a couple of turnovers, the last 4, or the 3 of the last 4 have started inside the 34, and that is a tall task to ask any defense, let alone the FCS defense of Campbell. Again, we are seeing a lot of good things tonight. This doesn't change any of the way that you feel about the team, and in fact, all you have to do is point to that 19-play, 85-yard drive by the offense to really see what they can do against this ECU defense. But also, too, the defense has really shown some bright spots. Again, that defensive line and linebacking core is really controlling the running game of ECU. It's just been some turnovers, a couple good plays, and a really, really good quarterback who's hot tonight in Hauser.
There's the kick from right to left. Macy setting to do it all again. And he will boot this now. This one high in the air, spinning end over end, and caught. Now at the 10, now the 15, working from the center of the field to the right, stepping out of bounds. And Randall King makes his way out of play at about the 24-yard line, but they'll take him down at the 22.
Yeah, King has been dynamic again tonight. I mean, you know, he has shown you why ECU recruited him, and while he was close to coming here at ECU, I mean, he looks like he belongs out there on the field, as does Campbell's guys on both sides of the ball. You know, you look out there and you used to 20 years ago, you saw a huge size difference when FCS played FCS. You don't see that anymore.
First and 10 from the 22 near side hash. Six-Killer takes the snap, throws it to Chandler out of the backfield, and he'll make his way now across the line of scrimmage, working his way down past the 25-yard line, tackled in the flat, and that's where they'll have him spotted last. Barker makes the stop.
Boy, Barker came across there. He wanted to take off the head of Mike Chandler II, but the very experienced grad student out of Converse, Texas, he was able to duck and avoid the big hit.
10-10 and counting down here in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 25 far side hash. Six-Killer in the shotgun, sends a man out from the line in motion. Pressure coming across the middle on the screen. Passes back to Chandler, who passes the 30, now past the 35, tackled around the 33, or make that the 37. yard line. Barker again makes the stop and holds it, and that's a First Citizens first down for Campbell.
Boy, great play, quick slant. Chandler did it different that time, but it was a perfect pass by Six Killer. Didn't have to throw it far, but threw it right in stride for Chandler.
From the 37 now, 1st and 10. They'll stop. And they will review the previous play. For what would be the question?
Yeah, maybe Chandler. It kind of looked like from the reactions of the guy that the ball bounced out a little bit at the end. We'll try to see what they show us on the replay monitor here. No turnovers for Campbell in last week's game, and 2 have been huge this week for sure.
Six Killer tonight, 15-21, 101 yards, a 71 passing percentage, a quarterback rating tonight of 111.8. Campbell offensively has passed the ball well, but running the ball has been the bugaboo, a -2 yards, some of that coming off of tackles in the backfield as well as a sack that was gained as well. Campbell on 3rd down is 2 of 8, and really, as you said earlier, the story of the game is going to be 3rd down conversions. 11 of 12 ECU is compared to Campbell's 2 for 8 here tonight.
I tell you, you like what you see from Six Killer as far as his accuracy, and he doesn't put the ball in harm's way. You know, usually in a game there's a couple of, oh man, that one, you know, almost picked off, or he shouldn't have thrown that. We haven't said that about Six Killer here in a game and a half. 15 for 21 this time, 101 yards. I will be really interested to see back at home against the FCS how many more risks he takes downfield. He's got guys now that can really open up the field, so that'll be interesting to see, and we'll be interesting to see if he goes to the air and tries for some explosive plays here in half number 2. But he is definitely a guy in control. You feel calm when he's back there, and he's calm. Look, he's playing against a FBS team here in their home opener, a team trying to make a point, and he's definitely hasn't panicked back there.
42-3 if you're just joining us. ECU in the lead, 9:52 remains in the 3rd quarter here. The offense moving well. I guess they reviewed it and decided that it was still a Campbell first down. Still 30 seconds on the timeout clock here again. The timeout's different. For those of you that have got accustomed to Flow Sports, the timeout's much less, only 2 in between.
Look, you can bring up some suggestions that you have from Slow Sports, and I'll listen to them, but I'm telling you what, when you have about 15 minutes less of commercials during a game, it's stuff like this that really just kind of hurts the flow, no pun intended. But we will be back on Flow Sports, and we'll have some linear TV for the first time in Campbell football history, including up in my TV here in Greenville coming up this next homestand.
Now to review, the play is confirmed. 1st and 10 from the 32 far side hash. Campbell on the possession here, going from left to right with 8:19 and counting down here. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. Six Killer in the shotgun. Takes the handoff, and there's a flag thrown right at the line of scrimmage.
Not much there for Naeem Kearney. They really like him.
5-yard penalty, first down.
This penalty against ECU in the neutral zone.
Yeah, another offside penalty there, offside of sorts, of course, neutral zone officially, but that's a good sign too. That means Six Killer is doing something different with the count. Remember, this is at home, so it's not noise that's causing him to jump, but that's a sign of an experienced quarterback as well. You know, 2 years ago, he was the starter for McNeese State and played the majority of the year. Last year, won the job from someone that they brought in.
1st and 5 from the 42-yard line. End around reverse Chandler. Pressure coming, trying to escape Chandler. Taken back and thrown deep behind the line of scrimmage. Heading backwards at least 10 yards.
Yeah, he lost about 13 yards there. Those plays have to be run to perfection, and you really have to catch ECU sleeping, because if you run laterally like that, There are a lot of athletes in purple out there that can bring you down.
Rashid Reason is the reason why that play went backwards. The tackle behind the 30-yard line puts Campbell at the 29. 2nd and 18 now from the near side hash. Here's a snap. Stepping back, Sixkiller. Pressure coming now, forced out to the near side. Throws down the sideline. Falls incomplete. Pass intended. For R.J. Hart. Now 3rd and 18 here. From the 29, near side hash. Is Campbell offense trying to avoid stalling out again here.
Campbell just 2 for 8 on 3rd downs tonight.
8:01 here in the 3rd. Sixkiller. Shotgun. Steps back. Pressure coming across the middle on the bubble route. Works through. Now bouncing off. Blasted. Gets back into past the original line of scrimmage. Past the 5-yard line. And Justin Benton with the absolute blow up of that play. And Campbell will be forced to punt after some positive yardage.
Yeah, remember they were facing a 3rd and forever there, so even though that was a really good play, and credit Parker Jones with not only making the catch, nearly getting to the 1st down, but surviving just a vicious hit.
Transfer from Maryland. Now back is Bondi. Standing around his own 25, steps up to the 30, a high punt, spiraling softly. Fair catch called at the 16-yard line on the far side hash for ECU. That's where they'll start their next drive after the break. 42-3, ECU on the other side of this break.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next move. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
Mangum Insurance Agency is your local, orange-owned, independent insurance agency. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, business, life, or health. They do the insurance shopping for you through multiple companies to provide you with the best coverage to fit your budget. Mangum Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in Coates and Dunn. Give them a call today for a free consultation at 910-897-3318.
to 3, 7-10 in the 3rd quarter. ECU in the lead here, and they will have this possession on their own 17-yard line. Far side hash going from right to left. The Pirates so far today, 347 yards of total offense, 216 through the air and 87 on the ground. They have been more penalized than Campbell, though, with seven penalties for 69 yards. With third down conversions, 11 for 12 here today. First and 10 now from the 17 far side. Man in motion from near to far. Fakes the handoff. Step back Hauser. Pressure coming. Forced out to the near side. There's the throw. It's complete. Pushed out of bounds. Just short of the first down marker.
I mean, my gosh, Hauser continues to impress. That time, Lindell rolling to his left. Always tough for a right-handed quarterback. He threw that on a run through a strike on the sideline. Again, not a lot of room.
2nd and 3. Ball on the 24. Here's the handoff up the middle. And they have done it, although they have 87 yards, few of those coming off of chunk plays. They've really put the ball in the air as this one lands just for a first down here, 1st and 10. Now from the 28-yard line near side hash, Hauser takes it out to the outside on a stop-and-go route and forced out of bounds at the 33. Brandon Guzman again holding down the near side for Campbell, pushing him out of bounds. 2nd now and 5 from the 33-yard line, still on the near side. Here's a snap from the shotgun, fakes the handoff on the RPO, now thinking deep down the sideline. This one drops at the 22-yard line. Brandon Guzman then really trying to attack this right side, pushed out pass intended for Anthony Smith, but nowhere near it, at least 5 yards away from the ball.
Yeah, look, Camel's corners, the secondary had some problems in the game against Rhode Island. Other than that one big chunk play, 55 yards for a touchdown, the secondary has really been holding their own. ECU picking Campbell apart with the short games, with the screens out to the flat. That's been the big issue today.
Man in motion from far to near, now setting up for a 2x2 twin set. Here's the shotgun snap. Handoff across the middle. It's wide open. Caught at the 45, now past the 50. Now past the 45, now down through the 35-yard line, and ultimately stopped just at the 32 by Brandon Guzman.
And that was tough. That was a linebacker out in coverage. Aiden Whipple was doing all he could, but just couldn't keep up with the speed of the Pirate receiver.
32-yard line here. 1st and 10, and a shotgun snap, stepping back, immediately thrown into the snap, or thrown into the flat, rather. And that's caught by Alex Smith at the 25-yard line and stopped by Feeler.
It's really tough, you know, if you press this team and press up, they have the speed, they have the athletes to get by you for the big strike. So, again, remember, Campbell has been letting them get this short game or whatever, putting them in 3rd down and just being unlucky on 3rd down tonight.
2nd and 4. From the 25-yard line, far side hash. Man in motion from near to far. There's the handoff on the sweep. Shot down now, a 1st down through the 20-yard line. Ultimately falls stumbling towards the sideline at the 18-yard line. Ethan Spivey from Campbell, the ultimate tackle, or stopped it from being a touchdown. Inside the 20-yard line in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19 near side hash. Hauser with an empty backfield. Steps off it now, rolling right, going to tuck it and run through the 15-yard line. Brought down hard, and he will be stopped, and they'll spot him at the 14. Marquise Alexander, the ultimate stopper here of this drive.
Alexander, the transfer from UC Davis, they're really excited about him. The grad student had a tough game at Rhode Island. He's played a lot better tonight.
2nd and 4 from the 13-yard line, far side hash. Trip stack right, the slot receiver in motion behind the quarterback from far to near. There's the handoff up the gut, ultimately met and stopped it, still plowing forward through the 10-yard line. Now stopped at the 9 towards the 1st down marker. Will they give it to him? They will. It's 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Now from the near side hash. Wide separation on the left, and 2 receivers stacked out. Tight end shifts behind the offensive line on the right side. Hauser going to keep it out of the shotgun. Throws it into the end zone intended, and throws it right out of the back of the end zone. An uncatchable ball in the back of the end zone straight away.
That was a really good play-action fake, and Campbell's secondary did a good job not to bite. There was nothing open for Hauser that time.
(42-3). 3:40 to go in the 3rd. ECU still up here. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. One receiver right, tight. And Mutt Gunn shifts from left to right. He'll get the ball handed off to him up the middle and stopped just inside the 5-yard line by Aiden Whipple. From the center of the field.
Campbell again forcing a third down here.
3rd and 22. One receiver outside on the lonesome. That's Anthony Smith on the near side. Same stacked on the opposite side. Tight formation. Now bringing the far receiver out. Here's the shovel pass and toss. Wide open from Marlon Gunn Jr. No one in front of him. And he will easily trot into the end zone for another touchdown for ECU.
Pirate offense pretty interesting, off to a slow start against NC State, but you see the accuracy of Hauser and the fact I told you they have 3 running backs that are on the Doak Walker watch list. Look, that's for the best running back in the nation. I know they put 100 players on there at the beginning of the year, but to have 3 on your team, none of these guys are big, but they're all really fast. Jenkins, Montgomery, and Gunn. You're starting to see that running game open up now in the second half.
48-3, 3 minutes to go. Extra point is good. Make it 49. 12 plays, 83 yards in 4 minutes. The longest drive for the Pirates here today.
For ECU now, it'll be, we'll see if they start working in some more in the rotations. I would be real surprised if we saw Hauser again, but for this Campbell team, it's about, as you talked about a little earlier, hey, what things can you take from this game to the Furman game when you come back home? Again, scoreboard doesn't show it. Defense has been put in some tough spots, but there's some good things going on for the Pirates, for the Camels out there. Good things going on for the Pirates, too, indeed. They will be at Coastal Carolina next week. That will be an interesting matchup between those two teams and fan bases. Purple and teal down in Conway. Campbell, of course, returns home to Furman.
The purple and the orange. Here's the kickoff from right to left. Fair caught by King. Rightly identified this time at the 4-yard line. So they'll call it the touchback, and it goes to the 25-yard line. On the far side hash, 1st and 10 for this Campbell offense behind Caden Sixkiller. 16 of 23 tonight. No touchdowns, no interceptions. 70% completion percentage and a rating of 110. And the shotgun, 2 right, 1 left, tight and attached to the line on the left side. Here's the handoff up the middle to J.J. Cowling, who's immediately met in the hole. Right through the beat gap, and he'll be stopped.
One of the first times J.J. has gone backwards so far tonight. He's been a bright spot in the Campbell running game.
2 minutes and 42 seconds and counting down here in this 3rd quarter. It'll remain 2nd and 10 from the 25, this time in the center of the field. Shotgun Sixkiller. Slot man in motion from far to near. Makes the throw on a bubble screen. Pass out. Try to get a man in motion or at least into space. But it'll only gain a yard. 3rd and 9 coming up here for this Campbell offense.
That was Daniel Lopes, one of the first times we have seen him, as Lopes injured last week, but a wide receiver, 6'2", 210 from Connecticut. Sixkiller has connected with 8 different Campbell receivers tonight.
3 receivers right, 1 left. And the shotgun. Sixkiller takes a snap now, forced out of the pocket, rolling right. It's caught by Parker Jones, who makes a man miss at the 30. Now working his way towards the middle of the field. There's a flag down. He stopped ultimately 2 yards from the first down. Where is this flag at in the backfield? Duncanson And a stop for ECU.
Illegal formation, offense, number 66. Penalties declined. 4th down.
So forcing the 4th down, it'll be 4th and 2. Campbell going to keep the offense out.
Interesting call here. And now they will change and bring the punt team out as well. So they were just trying to get some different personnel onto the field. Play clock, still plenty of time at 9, so a strategic move that time.
Bondi standing at his own 18. 2 seconds to go. Here's the snap from Barefoot. This one goes up and spiraling to the left at around the 33-yard line exactly, and stopped right on that far side hash.
Another good punt for the Camels. We invite you to take a look at GoCamels.com. Everything you need there. Stories on all 21 of our teams, ticket information. And we have circled this one for a while. September 13th, Campbell starting a home with Furman. It'll start here at Campbell. Furman comes in a 3:30 start. If you're not familiar, Furman, a traditional Southern Conference power. 2 years ago, they were ranked in the top 5 in the country for the majority of the year. It'll be Furman and Campbell coming up this Saturday at 3:30. Pepsi Tailgate Town opens at 12:30. Ticket information at GoCamels.com.
Here comes this ECU possession, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line, going from right to left. Sneak in the formation, and now Michael Wright Jr. in at quarterback, who's going to be forced to roll out right now, passing the 40-yard line, sneaking out of bounds. And Wright Jr. with the run. This is his 4th school. Started at Vanderbilt and transferred to Mississippi State. Found himself in the Chicagoland area at Northwestern last year. Finally landing at ECU, the graduate senior. Here's a handoff up the middle on 2nd down, fighting for the 1st down, and we'll get a favorable spot on 2nd and 2 from the 42-yard line on the far side.
Yeah, we saw Mike Wright Jr. out in a gadget play earlier today. Last year at Northwestern, 38 of 66 through the air, 354 yards, an interception, 18 rushes, 84 yards on the ground, and a TD.
21 seconds and counting down. Wright Jr. step back deep into the pocket. Pass intended towards the outside on a comeback route. But the miscommunication with the receiver falls incomplete on a play.
You know, I tell you, the transfer portal has made the backup quarterbacks look a little different across all of FBS. A lot of guys transferring out, trying to fight for a job. So when your backup quarterback began his collegiate career at Vandy, a little bit different.
2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line, far side hash. Wright going to tuck and keep it himself now as the runner passing the 55. Work it towards the 50-yard line. He'll gain some, and they'll put him at the 49, possibly the 50-yard line for 3rd down.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter.
But that will bring up quarter number 4. 49-3. ECU, a commanding lead here in Dowdy-Fickley Stadium.
It's Bo time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixings to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Hey Camel fans, this is Braxton Harris, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready for game day? Well, get your game face on because Campbell's 2025 football season is here. We're bringing the energy, the grit, and the passion, and we want you to be right there with us. But hey, game day is just the beginning. You want to make a real impact? Then it's time to step up and join the Fighting Camel Club. Being a part of the Fighting Camel Club means you become the team behind the team, fueling scholarships, training, and academic success for not just our football athletes, but all 21 of our sports. When you join, you're not just a fan, you're a game changer. So what do you say, Camel Nation? Let's make a difference together. Join the Fighting Camel Club today and help us build champions on the field, in the classroom, and beyond.
Discover our backyard here in Harnett County, where each visit invites you to author your own adventure. Whether you're seeking thrilling river or park excursions, exploring those quaint downtown main streets, or immersing yourself in our rich history and culture, Harnett County offers endless possibilities. Come write your story in the home of the Fighting Camels, where outdoor adventures meet small-town charm. Start planning your Harnett County getaway today at visitharnett.com.
Hi, Campbell fans. I'm Christy Yarbrough with RE/MAX United. Thinking about buying or selling or know someone who is? Let me help you make the right moves. It's important to work with the right agent with local knowledge and cutting-edge experience. I can help ease the pains of the buying or selling process by guiding you through the steps. Whether it's connecting you with the right lender, home inspector, handyman for those undone projects, staging and prepping your home for sale, or helping you find the ideal home that fits your family's needs. Visit my website for more information at christy.remaxagent.com. Go Camels!
Stay connected with your Fighting Camels like never before. Tune into the Camel Call podcast with Chris Sameyer, Evan Budrovich, Lyndall Suggs, and Zach Burley for Game Day Insights, exclusive interviews, and all the latest Fighting Camel sports update. New episodes every month whenever you get your podcast. I guess I could have said me, Evan Budrovich, Zach Burley. I'm Chris Sameyer.
I always have that same trouble with that read.
I'm Chris Sameyer. He's Lyndall Suggs. Emma has made the trip to Greenville and has helped with the spotting tonight. I mean, say help with the spotting. She is our spotter tonight. So here we go, fourth quarter. Campbell trailing 49-3. This game out of reach right now for Campbell, but we'll see how they respond. ECU has put a lot of their backups in as we have one more quarter to go as the Pirates on their side of the 50 at the 49, now going from left to right. It'll be 3rd down and 5. They are on the far hash, going left to right. Mike Wright Jr. is their quarterback. Nobody in the backfield, 4 receivers right. They'll turn and throw out of the backfield to his receiver that's immediately wrapped up and brought down, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Great play for Campbell. They sniffed that one out. As for the Camels coming out of the secondary, Tyreek Brown, check that, a linebacker, a redshirt freshman from Charlotte. So Campbell getting deep on their depth chart as well, and that was a heck of a play. Dropped him for a loss, and now the Pirates will have to punt.
Yeah, that's the best we've seen Campbell against the RPO bubble screen action there. Again, these are ECU's backups that are in this one, but Campbell again wants to find some momentum for Furman.
Thomas O'Halloran with a punt that takes a Pirate bounce at the 15. Randall King does a good job of getting out of the way, and it ends up rolling into the end zone. So Campbell will come out with it and have decent field position to try to put together something here in quarter number 4.
Campbell offensively again has had some signs of life. It has not been, if you look solely at the score, you would think it has been all disaster. But really, they've put together some really, really good plays, but that has not turned into drives against the secondary or the 3rd and 4th team of this ECU squad. Can Campbell make a drive down the field and put something up on the board?
And now Campbell will go down in their depth chart. Someone that they're really excited about, Jalen Ferguson, the transfer from Lenore-Rhine, the grad student, comes out for Campbell. Handoff will go to Ethan Lawrence, who goes up the middle for a couple of yards. This is a Jalen Ferguson, 6'3", 205 out of Clemens, North Carolina. Was a starter at Lenore-Rhine and really battled for the job with Chandler and Six Killer. Again, a little bit of a bigger jump going from Division II up to FCS. So Ferguson looks over to the far sideline, but they are someone that they have a lot of confidence in. Braxton Harris going so far to say he thinks he has 3 really good quarterbacks. We'll see it here. Ferguson takes the snap, hands off. Lawrence runs through the right side, bounces off a couple of tacklers, gets past the 25, dives forward to close to the 28-yard line. He will be spotted at the 28. It'll be 3rd and short here.
Yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful execution there offensively on the run. Now the question is, will they allow Ferguson to throw the ball an awkward or an unorthodox arm motion, kind of what you're similar to seeing on a Patrick Mahomes, maybe a little bit of Arch Manning, the side arm sling. He brings the ball up to his chest, but then drops it to throw it. So it'll be interesting to see what Campbell does here on 3rd and 3.
Jones, Hart, and Lopes are the receivers. Takes a snap, plenty of time in the pocket, throws out right side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Hart. Chance Graves, the cornerback, was up on press coverage, and it's 4th down, and here comes the Campbell punt team.
Yeah, I know Hart got caught up a little bit with the defensive back there for ECU, but the question is, did he realize his route was to go to the outside? Because if he makes the turn at the right time, the ball is where it's supposed to be. Just not a good connection there between receiver and quarterback.
Bondi will punt. 5 punts, 38 yards. He's dropped 1 inside the 20. This is a boomer with a lot of hang time, and man, at the 35, Pearson was engulfed and sat down. And on the far sideline for Campbell, that was number 37 that made the huge hit. Devontae Pettis, the linebacker, just came through and destroyed Pearson. So Pettis, starting linebacker for Campbell, still coming in, and good punt, good coverage. It'll be 1st down Pirates when we come back after the break. 12:34 to go in the game. 49-3 Pirates.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Discover our backyard here in Harnett County, where each visit invites you to author your own adventure. Whether you're seeking thrilling river or park excursions, exploring those quaint downtown main streets, or immersing yourself in our rich history and culture, Harnett County offers endless possibilities. Come write your story in the home of the Fighting Camels, where outdoor adventures meet small-town charm. Start planning your Harnett County getaway today at visitharnett.com.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next move. Wilkinson Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
Campbell trails 49-3. This was a 14-3 game in the second quarter. Campbell had a 19-play, 85-yard drive that went 8 minutes and 23 seconds. Crabb kicked what was his 3rd field goal in 3 attempts. It was 29 yards, and then ECU got some really, really good field position, a couple of turnovers. And this Pirate team behind Caton Hauser has been impressive offensively tonight. Campbell has held their own. It was just many short fields for the Pirates. So Wright comes out, gives the handoff, and again, Campbell has been doing a pretty good job against the run, and will do that again. Guzman is there.
There's a flag
and
down.
Pushes him out of bounds, and a flag's on the far sideline over in front of Campbell's sideline.
Illegal formation, offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
One of the only thing the Pirates won't be very happy with is their penalties. That's their 8th tonight.
Yeah, and Chris, they've mostly come from the line, rather defense or offense, whether it be false side, neutral zone infraction. We've really only seen one PI or something of that nature here tonight. But the line, the front guys for ECU's got to get it together before next week.
1st and 15, backed up to their own 29-yard line. Wright takes a snap, throws out into the flat far side. Caught and good move made as Jerron Waters, sophomore out of Florence, South Carolina, makes his first catch of the year. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 5. Chase Arrington, Campbell's free safety, was there. 2nd down and 10. Wright tries to draw Campbell off sides, but instead I think ECU might have moved there.
Yeah, Campbell jump as a reaction to the O-line moving.
Snap infraction, offense number 72. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So again, that is an offensive lineman not on the 2 deep, but this was happening when their starters and second teamers were in there as well. And you're right, Lindell, it hasn't been a lot of holding penalties, a lot of coverage penalties. It's been those mental mistakes, which frustrate you, but you can certainly clean up. Back 5 yards again, so back to 2nd and 15 again, ball at the 29. Wright's all along the backfield. Quarterback draw, runs up the middle. Campbell is right there for it, and he is taken down after a gain of 3. But big number 97, Ashton Miller, was there, grabbed him by the leg, stopped his momentum, then was finished off by the rest of the Camels.
We're seeing all the guys defensively kind of swarm towards the ball, right? The initial stop his mate broke through, but he's immediately met by another white jersey within seconds.
3rd and 12 on the 32-yard line. Wright with the running back to his right hip. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Play action, pushed out of the pocket. Right side makes the completion short of the 1st down marker with a diving catch. It is Waiters again. They'll be short of the 1st down marker by 2 yards, and the punting team comes up for the 2nd straight time. Again, this is a ECU team that doesn't have their first teamers out there, but neither does Campbell, which is a good sign. Again, chasing the quarterback that time was Ashton Miller. Miller, the Davidson transfer that may just earn himself a little bit more playing time. Randall King is back at the 20. The punt from the 30 is high with a lot of hang time. King is going to let it bounce, and it is picked up by a Pirate around the 20-yard line. So Campbell will get the ball back when we come back. The offense back on the field, 10:16 to go in the 4th. Campbell trailing in Greenville.
Mangum Insurance Agency is your local Orange-owned independent insurance agency. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, business, life, or health. They do the insurance shopping for you through multiple companies to provide you with the best coverage to fit your budget. Mangum Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in Coates and Dunn. Give them a call today for a free consultation at 910-897-3318.
It's bow time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixings to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Do you love cheering on your fighting camels? Imagine living just a few miles from Campbell University. I'm Maddie Dean with Mattamy Homes, proud sponsor of your fighting camels. Mattamy offers several communities in Harnett County that could be the ideal place for your dream home. Explore our single family and townhomes featuring 2 to 5 bedrooms, up to 3.5 bathrooms, plus 3-car garage options, all created with your comfort in mind. Visit us today and see why a Mattamy home is the perfect place to call home.
Campbell is one of 32 teams in FCS this year that will play more than one FBS opponent. Campbell will take on NC State after the 3-game homestand, and the Alumni Association, the Fighting Camel Club, has a special tailgate for you. GoCamels.com, Fighting Camel Club for more information. Also, there is a special discounted ticket link for Campbell at NC State on October 4th. It is sold out right now, but they have tickets left in the Campbell section, so get yours soon. But we want to see you back at Barker Lane Stadium the next 3 weekends, starting this coming Saturday, 3:30, as Campbell and Furman will go after it. Welcome back to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. 10:16 to go in the fourth. Jalen Ferguson, third quarterback that has taken a snap for Campbell, comes out, throws to the flat. It's a diving attempt, and it ends up incomplete on the far sideline.
You can see what it is to like about Ferguson, even though it ends up incomplete. It was a beautiful strike to the outside, just in and out of the hands of the receiver, and he couldn't survive the ground.
Second down and 10. Campbell with Parker Jones in the slot. Rando King checked that hard on the far sideline left. Ferguson takes a snap, hands off. Not much doing for Naeem Kearney as he has a gain of 1. So Campbell faced with a 3rd and 9 here. Kendrick DeJour, one of the outside linebackers, makes the stop. As you can imagine, many of the around maybe half full stadium here that seats 50,000 have found other things to do. The third down call for Turing not as boisterous as it was earlier. Barry Tate now comes in, one of 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. 3rd and 9. Ferguson back to throw, throws. It is batted down at the line, incomplete. And Campbell will have to punt from inside their own 20. 9:25 to go. Fourth quarter, Campbell trailing 49-3.
A lot of promise there on that drive that just turned sour at the end. Campbell tried to get it on first down, trying to execute some plays differently, and I think Matt Kubik right now is looking on the field to kind of see what he has just in case something comes up against Furman. He wants to try something this week in practice.
The punt by Bundy is high, and Pearson, who got clocked the last time, realizes this game is secured for the purple. He makes a fair catch at the 38-yard line. We'll take another media timeout back on ESPN Plus, and we'll be back to Dowdy-Ficklin after this.
Hey Camel fans, this is Braxton Harris, and I've got one question for you. Are you ready for game day? Well, get your game face on because Campbell's 2025 football season is here. We're bringing the energy, the grit, and the passion, and we want you to be right there with us. But hey, game day is just the beginning. You want to make a real impact? Then it's time to step up and join the Fighting Camel Club. Being a part of the Fighting Camel Club means you become the team behind the team, fueling scholarships, training, and academic success for not just our football athletes, but all 21 of our sports. When you join, you're not just a fan, you're a game changer. So what do you say, Camel Nation? Let's make a difference together. Join the Fighting Camel Club today and help us build champions on the field, in the classroom, and beyond.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger for you and add a McChicken for $1. Because being able to take your little brother out is a big deal. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Welcome back to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium as Campbell taking on ECU for the second time since 2022. For now, no more ECU games on the schedule, but as far as football goes, but both parties have expressed some interest. It'll be interesting to see. The big FBS game, of course, there's one more in 4 weeks at NC State. That'll be Campbell up in Raleigh for the first time playing football. But next year, Campbell travels to the Swamp in Florida. It has been on the books for 7 years.
So long.
And it is going to happen next year. Campbell takes on Florida. How cool will that be, Campbell, against an SEC team, and especially in the Swamp, one of the legendary venues in college football. The year after that, they return back to the state. They'll take on Wake Forest. And the year after that, I've lost count. It's a while. They'll take on Duke. And then Campbell will truly have made a visit to all the ACC football teams in North Carolina. These games are fun. This one has been a little tough, but again, Campbell with some short fields and some turnovers, some good things they have done. Handoff for the Pirates, a couple of yards, goes to the 40. Campbell lost 49-10, a very similar score back in 2022. The difference was Campbell actually had a 10-7 lead in that game in the second quarter. Throw to the far sideline, incomplete. It's the third quarterback we have seen tonight for ECU.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Not listed as a quarterback, but Johnny Williams, 5'9", 180-pound wide receiver from Havelock, which is about 45 minutes from here. And now check that. They will say Chasten Ditta is the quarterback, who is mislabeled on the sheet, but it happens.
The freshman getting some snaps here from Austin, Texas.
Yep, and on third down, ECU doing the sportsmanlike thing and running 3 times, nothing doing for Ditta and the Purple. So Campbell's defense, again, you have to give them some credit of what they've done against. They really like Mike Wright Jr., quarterback that Campbell has seen a lot and not allowed any points to. We are to the third stringer now, but again, Campbell's defense, you won't see it in the stat sheet, but they've got a lot to be proud of. So the Pirates will punt now from their own 35. Randall King is still back, grew up in nearby Rocky Mount. Northern Nash Products makes a call and the catch. That was a good punt that backed him up inside the 15.
Yeah. I know you mentioned earlier how these two teams don't have anything on the books, and that's true for football, but when the springtime rolls around, it is a wonderful time when these two teams or fan bases clash again on the diamond. And Campbell, football-wise, has a lot to look forward to in the next few years. That Florida game that has been on the books, it seems like forever. And finally, the dream becoming a reality. And then, of course, Duke and Wake Forest.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Ferguson takes a snap, pulls it down to Lawrence. Lawrence is hit on the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Boy, it looked like he had some room, and then he didn't. Campbell with 116 total yards tonight, -7 rushing. And look, the line doing all that they can up there. Tough open up holes against an FBS team, and you know, the quarterbacks have not been chased and have not been bothered too terribly much, which I think says something about this line pass protection-wise, sort of the same thing that we saw last year. So 2nd and 10 from the 15. Ferguson with 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap, looks left, throws over the middle. It's complete, caught, and a first down as Campbell's Daniel Lopes makes his second catch as a Campbell, the redshirt senior out of Connecticut. They are excited about him. He, Hart, both injured, and both guys that they thought were going to contribute a lot. Braxton Harris said when everybody's healthy, he feels he has 7 really good receivers, and that's some good depth, and we have certainly seen a bunch of different pass catchers for Campbell. So a first down there. That was a good strike by Ferguson, by the way. 1st and 10 At the 27-yard line, far hash, Campbell in white tops and helmets, black pants going right to left. Fakes the pitch and then takes it himself up the middle. A nifty play, good for a couple of yards.
Yeah, that zip, you said it earlier when he throws. Again, that sidearm motion really adds a lot of velocity when the ball comes out. He's got a quick strike approach to it, fast release, tight spiral, zips in there, and that's really, really good when you're trying to work those slant routes on the short pass and tight windows.
2 receivers, right, 1 left. Lawrence in the backfield. Campbell trying to tidy up the score here. 6 minutes to go and on the move. Takes a snap, hands off, straight up the middle. Lawrence can't find a whole lot. He gets a yard to the 30. So 3rd down and 6 now. Campbell, problems on 3rd down tonight. 2 for 12. Birdie's post-game report coming up after the break. The shortstop is now Birdie, still with 2 locations on the Campbell campus. And Campbell trying to pick up the 3rd and 6. Ferguson takes a snap, high snap, but he brings it down. Rolls right, being chased, throws, and it is batted out of bounds. That's a good play made by the backup cornerback in Aiden Duncanson. So Duncanson swats it out of bounds, and Campbell will punt it away.
There's a lot to like about Ferguson.
Yep.
Even that throw there, it looked effortless. It didn't look like he tried to put too much on it. He was rolling away, non-traditionally throwing, and at least with a fling, slinged it about 15 or so yards with on the move as well. Very, very impressive.
I mean, Six-Killer, Chandler, and Ferguson, you have all guys that have been starters for a considerable amount of their collegiate career all here at Campbell. Another good punt by Bondi. It was gathered inside the 35-yard line, and the Pirates will get the ball back here with 5:03 to go. We invite you to join the rebooted Fighting Camel Club. Donations to the FCC fund life-changing scholarships. Go to GoCamels.com, hit the Fighting Camel Club button at the top of the page. 1st and 10. Ditta, D-I-T-T-A, takes the snap, throws to the far sideline, caught, brought in by Malik Leverett. Leverett makes the catch just shy of the 1st down marker by a couple of yards. ECU, since it's what they do, they go fast. They're not trying to rub salt in the wound, but when the 3rd stringer's out there, he's going to run the offense he knows. Handoff, right side, a shimmy, a shake, and all the way into Campbell territory to the 40-yard line. That's T.J. Engelman Jr.
And again, that's been a concern defensively for Campbell. While they are stout and in position, and they are getting a hat on a hat and getting downfield and swarming towards the ball, sometimes wrapping and finishing the tackle has been a problem.
Ditta takes a snap, play action fake, throws to the far sideline, barely getting him down at the 25-yard line as the catch was made by Johnny Waiters. And now ECU is probably going a little too fast when you're up 49-3, quite frankly, but they are putting it into high gear. Feldman with the run to the left side. He ends up getting a couple more yards inside the 20. So now ECU will halt a bit. 2nd and 4. 3:34 to go. Both teams have all their timeouts. You were keeping track at home. 2nd and 5 from just at the 17-yard line. Ditta takes a snap, hands off to Engelman. He picks his lane, puts his head down, and has a 1st down to the 10-yard line. This should be a 1st and goal for the Pirates. Check that. They'll stop them at the 11. So 1st and 10 from the 11 as the Pirates turning up the speed here late in the 4th quarter. Dida throws in zone. Catch made. Boy, in traffic that time, a heck of a catch made by Dylan Lorick. Campbell had good coverage. Lorick just jumped up and pulled it down. And the Pirates rub a little salt in the wound with an 11-yard touchdown pass on a 6-play, 66-yard drive that took 1 minute and 56 seconds.
Yeah, didn't know exactly where he wanted to go with the ball. Saw it one-on-one, put it in a place where only his receiver could get it. And Lorick brings it down for another touchdown to make the lead 55 for now.
55-3, extra point to come. And the kick is up and through. The Pirate cannon is going to run out of gunpowder tonight as the Pirates pour it on a little bit late. There's running fast, and then they were going at warp speed there at the end. Again, there's a lot of guys that don't get a lot of chance out there, but that is all right. Once that ball was kicked off, a big old check got cashed in the Campbell University bank account, so you might lose, but you also win a little bit as well. We can't wait to see you back at home, Campbell. And Randall King back, and that kick will end up going back through the end zone. So Campbell will come back out here, 2:45 to go here in the 4th, trailing big at ECU. Six killer tonight. Campbell starting QB, 18 of 25, 72% of his passes completed for 121 yards. Ferguson 1 for 5. Chandler 1 for 3. Rushing, the big thing that kind of sticks out on the stat sheet. Campbell -3 yards rushing tonight. Ferguson takes the snap, looks left, goes right, throws to Hart up the middle as they'll give him 4 yards to the 29.
Yeah, that quick screening action there. That specific play that they just ran has worked so well tonight. It's really the only play that I would say has at least gone 80% completion rate tonight for Campbell.
Campbell has done some good things in the passing game tonight, completing 2. At last count, 8 receivers. There are flags. It's a free play. Hart can't get up and get it. It's incomplete at the 50.
Offside. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
9 different Campbell receivers have caught the ball. That is penalty number 10 on the Pirates. Go ahead.
You would expect that Campbell would be the more penalized team against this FBS squad, but really it's been ECU who has been undisciplined tonight.
Campbell just 3 penalties tonight. Second down and 1 after the penalty. Handoff and a 1st down. Putting his head down is Kearney.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
He's able to get the 1st down. Campbell's 13th of the game, and that brings us to the 2-minute timeout. One more break before we come back and bring you the end of this one. It's Campbell at ECU.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next win. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
Mangum Insurance Agency is your local Orange-owned independent insurance agency. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, business, life, or health. They do the insurance shopping for you through multiple companies to provide you with the best coverage to fit your budget. Mangum Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in Coates and Dunn. Give them a call today for a free consultation at 910-897-3318.
Welcome back to Downey-Ficklin Stadium with Lyndall Suggs. I'm Chris Haymeyer. Emma gracing us with her presence up here, doing a great job spotting tonight. 1:59 to go. Campbell on the move. They've got a first down now at the 41.
Although it's late in the quarter and almost 2 minutes, only 2 minutes left in this game, Campbell can find a way to score a touchdown. That would be magnificent and a huge confidence boost.
Ferguson back out there. Kearney is the running back. Takes a snap, looks, throws to the far sideline. That's Hart. He makes the catch, and he tried to stay in bounds, but he gets pushed out at the 50. That's a yard shy of the first down. So right at the 50, the big purple and white stripe, as the clock stops with 1:55 to go.
That's the play that Campbell has been wanting to make all day. That's kind of what we seen Coach Kubik dial up, and Six Killer kind of missed, but greatly executed by Ferguson there.
The handoff, a fumble, but Kearney fumbled the ball and got back on it, and that'll be a first down.
It was a fumble recovered by the offense, first down. Clock will start on my signal.
So not the way you want to do it, but it is a 3 yards to the other side of the 50, and Campbell will see that clock run. Yep.
Yes.
Campbell will take it with 3 receivers to the right side. Ferguson, as we talked about, has looked good. Hand off to Kearney, who will lose a yard. Now back at the 50. It'll be 2nd and 11. The clock still ticks to 1:15 to go. So Campbell back at home to start a 3-game homestand. They'll play 2 SoCon teams, Furman and Western Carolina. And in between there, a game against Bryant. Bryant was a football member only of the Big South. Campbell played them then and will play them now as a football-only member of the CAA. Play action, throws, and just too tight as he misses Lopes, and that'll stop the clock. 3rd down to go. Campbell taking shots here, and rightfully so. 51 seconds to go. Campbell facing a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 rather, from right at midfield. Far hash. Ferguson gets the change of play call. And now takes a snap. Pitch. Kearney. Nothing doing. Stopped at the 50. And Campbell will have to punt it away here.
down and 11.
And a Pirate
Time out
having
for a
trouble
defensive injury.
getting off the field here, as he will need some help. It's number 27, Journey Lattimore. And now on 4th down, Campbell will come out, 31 seconds to go.
That's really not what you want to see, especially in the last final minute here. Anyone go down from either side.
We had, knock on wood, not really had a lot of injury timeouts, injury breaks. Over the first 2 games for the Camel, knock on wood, they came out pretty injury-free of that first game. So this is interesting since it was officially an injury timeout. Campbell is taking that timeout, so we'll see if they're going to
With the clock running, defensive injury qualifies for a 10-second runoff. Campbell has elected to exercise that option. The clock will start on my signal. Please put 40 seconds on the play clock due to the defensive injury.
So Campbell might be thinking here of going for it on 4th down. You wouldn't give ECU enough time, you would think, to run it up a bit. And they're going to do that, but they're going to end it. And that will be it. So they'll have the runoff. And that is how this one will end. Final score 56-3 ECU over Campbell. That brings us right into the Birdies post game. Birdies Food Mart, the official convenience store of Campbell Athletics, with 2 locations on campus and locations all over eastern North Carolina. The shortstop is now Birdies with Lyndall Suggs. I'm Chris Haymeyer, and again, you go into these games being big underdogs. It'll be interesting to see what Braxton Harris says after the game about this one. Again, score, stats, I know, but I think Campbell's going to come out of this with a lot of good things as well and get ready for a very tough matchup against Furman coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, these ones, you really hope you can get into it, but this is really the result you kind of expect. There's a reason why the odd makers put it at a specific number that is very, 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 very high. And so you can tell Campbell really came in trying to be prepared, just couldn't execute on the small things. But like you said, Chris, I think that there are some things to really take away from this game that leaves you hopeful for Furman. Furman is going to be a really, really good team. Again, we talk about prestige powers, teams that have been really good and have great football history. That SoCon is nothing to sneeze at. And so Furman, being just like you said 2 years ago, number 2 in the country, they're ready to come into Buies Creek and make a statement. But Campbell, with a hunger for their first win next week, it's going to be interesting to really, really see what and who gets the win in Barker Lane next week, because Furman took on William and Mary last week, and that could really give us an indication for the rest of our schedule how Campbell really stacks up in the CAA.
We would like to thank all of our sponsors here for bringing you this audio broadcast, including the new official pizza provider of Campbell, Pizza Provisions, right there on campus. Pizza Provisions, now the official pizza of Campbell Athletics. We will see you back in Buies Creek, 3:30 kickoff. Campbell takes on Furman, the home opener. Tickets at gocamels.com, 1-877-GO-HUMPS. Still many plans and single game tickets and season tickets on sale. Get your parking as well on gocamels.com. For Emma, Lyndall Suggs, I'm Chris Haymeyer saying so long. We will see you next week in Buies Creek. Good night and have a great rest of your weekend.